What's going on, y'all? Welcome back for another episode of a Backstage Conversation, your bi-monthly ABCs. I got my boy BROSKi SNDERS on here. Yeah, man, it was an honor to have this man on his first podcast. Ended up running to him at Road Bounce, a little small show that was done in Durham at the Durham skate park. And honestly, I had never heard of him before this, and I got to watch his performance, and he kind of took over. Compared to a few artists before him, he kind of created a new stage, which, if I'm not mistaken, ended up taking over pretty much the rest of the night. But yeah, man, after that, I dove into his catalog, reached out to him and was like, yo, I want to get you on this podcast. And he was all for it, sent me more music that I hadn't heard and that I honestly would have had to dig probably to find. But yeah, man, I was thankful to have this man on here. It was a great talk, some real conversation about past life, present life, future life. Yeah, man, it was nice to sit down with this man and really talk about what I wanted to do with this podcast. This is one of the best representations I've had to this date, with having someone on here who really wanted to talk about what he wanted to do. And I got to really sit down and do some research on someone who I really didn't know, and got to sit down with him. And yeah, man, I hope y'all enjoy this. This might be a two-parter, but we're going to try to keep it one. Yeah, I'll see y'all. Go ahead and tune in. Yeah, tuning in to a Backstage Conversation, your bi-monthly ABCs with your boy, the artist 336. Number 2 podcast in the world coming at you. What's going on, everybody? We're here for another episode of a Backstage Conversation, your bi-monthly ABCs. I got my boy BROSKi in here. His first podcast ever. So
First pie.
I'm honored to be on here with him. But yeah, BROSKi, what's going on, man? How you been?
Man, just working, man. Just trying to get these new flows together, get it moving.
Yeah, you said, go ahead.
Yeah. Just definitely see I see a good route this year, man. I feel like it's about to be a nice year on the music tip. Biggest year as far as like pushing the music, putting out content.
Yeah, how long have you been making music? Because you sent me that other project, and I was like, yo, this is 2016.
Exactly. That's when I started.
Oh, really?
That's
okay, that's what's up. So that was like first project, right?
Yep. First project. I used to go to Southern High School in Durham.
Okay.
I never aspired to be a rapper, bro.
Really?
Yeah, at all. But like I grew up like around music. Like my mom used to break down Jay-Z lyrics to me when I was a kid, bro. Like before my football games, telling me what he talking about, and like really just she'll run the song back just so I could catch a certain bar, and like she was kind of like instilling me with this music shit before I even knew that I wanted to do it.
Dude, that's so nice. That's like the one thing I don't hate by any means, but like that's the one thing I feel like I missed out on as a kid. My mom and like my dad didn't listen to rap music at all.
Crazy thing with that though, my mom was listening to rap. I mean, she'll listen to like she taught me the importance of like switching up to like listening to your Erykah Badu, your Jill Scotts, and because we from up north, we from Delaware.
Dude, I know. I'm gonna get you into that. I'm curious.
We listen to like my mom had me listen to like reggae and like just a lot of different music. So, but my dad on the other hand, my dad doesn't listen to rap. My dad listens to jazz music and like neo soul, dwele. He listens to.
But I feel like that kind of transfers over a little bit.
Yeah, well now
for sure.
When I was a kid, it didn't make sense. Like I'm with my mom, we listening to 50 Cent, and now I'm listening to Raheem Devon. I'm like, yo, like.
But that's a nice, but that speaks into what you do now.
Yeah, for sure.
Like that makes way more sense now after hearing your music and going into it. But yeah, so what's so actually I'm gonna play off that real quick so what's like one of the first, what's your first, not song, but like what's that first album you got as a kid, or you first when you listened to as a kid where you were like,
Ready to Die.
Really?
Yeah,
that's a solid one.
That's my first album. That's like the first album I knew all the words to the songs and stuff. He was saying a lot of crazy shit.
He does.
Going back to my mom, she would be like, "Do you know what he talking about?" Nah. Well, let me break it down to you. Let me tell you what he talking about in these songs, so you're not just out here saying anything. Like you can understand what you saying out here.
Dude, I feel like a lot of people don't appreciate that breakdown of that stuff too.
Yeah, I think, bro, it's like I appreciate it more now. It's like a lot of shit in hindsight. It's like I didn't understand it then when she was doing it, but now when you listen to like a Sway in the Morning or somebody like that, really diving into your lyrics, like that's what us as artists we want people to do, to go back and see where these stories.
You want
came
people to
from.
dissect that, and like not even fact or fiction. Like you want people to break down, like, yo, this seems like a specific point in your life, and then they're like, yeah,
because a lot of my verses and shit like that, they all come from like a real place.
That's what's up.
So that's why I just be like, when it's time to sit down and talk about it, we got like real stories behind it.
Dude, yeah, I love that. I love what Genius does with those lyrical breakdowns and stuff. I know like Mick did one for Carefree, and I thought that was, and like, yeah, just hearing someone actually break down their lyrics is
Mick
so.
is so slept on too, man.
I'm so glad
we
you
just
said
had a conversation
that.
about that earlier at work, man. This dude is like different.
Like genuinely.
Yeah, he's different. Yeah.
Like it's crazy.
And bro be fly as shit. Like,
dude, I didn't realize he's 6'5".
Yeah.
That's so
He
crazy.
be hooping somewhere, man. He just
Dude,
be fly, killing shit.
I like saw a picture because he, like you said, he's fly as hell when he posts his
Yeah.
photos. So he's always got some like fly shit on, and he posted one, and I like looked at it, and I was like, yo, he looks tall as shit. And I figured, like 6 foot or so, and no one has his height listed anywhere. But I found something that mentioned it, and then in that new album, he talked about being 6'5", and I was like, all right, confirms it. But I was like, God dang. But dude, yeah, I agree, man. That man is slept on.
For sure.
That Elephant in the Room.
For sure.
First time I listened to it, not a fan. But that's the same thing. That's the same how I was with the Pieces of a Man. Mm-hmm. Same way. First time I went through, I was like, man, I don't know. But then, like, those are my go-to now.
I think bro makes some good music where it's like, I feel like it matters where you hear it at. Like,
for sure.
For me, I like to play a lot of music in the whip, man. Like, that's why I'm working to get a new whip with the sunroof or some type of...
Just something to add to that vibe.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's one thing I miss about... Because I grew up in, like, a small-ass town on the other side of Winston-Salem in the next county over. And we got back roads and stuff. So, like, growing up, you can literally cruise. But, like, I don't get that here in Raleigh at all. There's one road...
potholes.
There's one road... I think it's Lake Wheeler. If you just drive all the way down to it and go past, it's like they got, like, a mill out there. And I think it's, like, agriculture or something. So, it's real open. Dude, it's a straight shot. And literally, you just cruise all the way through. And I couldn't say how many times I would, like, written songs. I used to live closer to it. I wrote songs, and I'd go out there and just drive on that. Literally go down, turn around, and then come right back up it.
For sure. I think that's the music in the whip. I got that from my folks as well. Like, coming from Delaware, driving out here. We used to always visit in the summertime.
Yeah, so how often... So were you born in Delaware?
Yeah.
Okay. That's what I figured. I was curious. And then, when did you move to Durham?
I moved to Durham when I was about 16. I was... sophomore in high school.
So fairly old.
Yeah. So I always say like my childhood was in Delaware.
Oh, for sure.
And the minute I touched down in Durham, North Carolina, adulthood started. As a kid though. But like all the kid shit just really went out the window at that point.
Well, because I mean, did you know anybody down here already?
Not like
Not like your age?
I would because I would visit out here, but I didn't like keep connection with a lot of these people. I would just see them like when I came back. I would hoop at the Y and shit like that. So I would have like familiar faces when I see in the summertime. But of course we weren't. It wasn't really Instagram at that time, so you weren't really like tapped in with everybody.
And see, that's another thing, dude. Like growing up where I was, we had one high school for the whole county. So it's like like as soon as if you go into town, like everyone there goes to the same school, and then you get out here, and it's like you could see the same 3 people out in the week, and then they don't even go to school near you at all.
Exactly.
But yeah, so that drive back and forth, you make that often now?
Yeah, well, not as much as I want to, but I definitely go, and I always drive out there for some reason. I'm just so used to driving.
I hate flying.
I just flew this first time this past year, bro.
Really?
Yeah.
And where'd you fly to?
I went out to Vegas.
So
I went out to Vegas with it. It was slight, but it was just dope to get out the way. And then I went to Florida. My grandfather, he's from Miami.
Nice.
So we went out there, helped him move and all that stuff.
Nice.
Yeah. Pop, I'm not coming back to Florida, man. You did us dirty.
Got no reason to go out there now.
Yo, man, I'm gonna go see my grandfather, but he just moved to this city called Bartow.
Okay.
It's like country in Florida, man. Yeah, I gotta talk to him. I'm not going back out there.
But no, I'm the same way. I prefer driving.
Yeah.
I prefer being in the driver's seat. Like anytime me and my girl take trips, which she don't want to drive anyway. So she's like, yeah, it's fine, you drive.
Sure.
But dude, I love just
For
driving.
Sure.
Like even just driving. As a kid, we used to go to Myrtle Beach every year, as most people in North Carolina do. But it's like a 4-hour drive from home, and then I moved out here. It's like 3 hours, so it's like just right of not being too long. But yeah, throwing the music and then it's just gone.
That Delaware ride, bro, it's like 7 hours.
7?
Yeah.
My brother, so he moved up to Indiana with my mom's sister for a while, and he was working doing like trade school up there, and so we would go up there and visit like once a year. 8.5 hours. And like Ohio is nothing.
Yeah.
There is nothing out there.
Driving to nothing.
Dude, you get so bored. Look at my mom would literally take a Benadryl and just pass out.
Oh yeah.
And
gotta get a Benny in you.
Just sitting there stuck driving, and I'm just like, all right, this is fine. But yeah, all right, let's get into this music a little bit because I'm curious, especially the genesis. So what inspired the name, first of all?
It just the beginning, man. Just the beginning of like, I felt like that was like I felt like real connected to the music at that time period because it was like I was going through a lot of shit and I didn't really know how to express what I was going through. Like I became like I worked my way in from being like a highlight in my family, like doing sports and doing good in school, whatever, to turn into like the black sheep. Like I'm on bullshit now, so it's like I didn't have a good way of expressing that shit, and so I just felt like I just felt like it was a calling for me to really tap in with that shit for real, man. So I was reading like the Bible heavy at that time. Like I just was really like locked into that whole thinking.
Yeah.
So the Genesis just was like the beginning, I felt like, of a journey that I was about to go upon.
Dude, that's a great title. Honestly, I didn't even think about that. Even reading it now until you literally just said that, I didn't even process the start. Did you put out anything before that?
Nah, well, I did, but I did. Well,
okay.
I did. I put something on, I had something out. I was working at, it's always a story to this shit.
Go. No, you're good. We got time.
I was working at Food Line, man, and this dude, he just came in there one day, was like, yo, bro, you rap. And at the time, I didn't have no raps, like
written.
Nothing recorded. And I just was like, yeah, I could rap. Knowing I didn't have nothing, like, he was like, all right, bet I'm going to take you to the studio next week.
For real? Just like that?
Just like that. And I didn't know that he was going to come back to the store. He came back next week, like, yo, bro, we going to the studio later.
Yo, that's so crazy.
So he took me to my first time recording was at Bull City Sound.
Yo, I've heard great things about there.
Yeah, I was at Bull City Sound and I recorded with a dude, Absolute.
Okay.
And I had the first beat I selected
on Genesis.
None of this is Genesis.
None of this? Okay.
So the first beat I selected, it was a Nipsey beat. It was God damn, I can't remember the name of that shit. It was like it was off like one of his earlier mixtapes.
Okay.
I just grabbed the beat off YouTube and that's like the first shit I rapped on.
Was it Ocean Views?
Nah,
okay.
This is like early Nip. Like,
I was curious. I had a buddy who just did Ocean Views, so I was curious.
This shit is like early Nip.
Huh.
So that was like the first beat I rapped on, and like after that, dude was rocking out, man. He was like, he just was gassing me up, like speaking light over me, like, bro, you gonna be the shit, like you gonna be the shit. I'm like, yo, for real.
And dude, that's so different coming from someone you don't know.
Yeah.
Like if it's someone you don't know, like that's like the biggest thing I've noticed. Like making music, people I know, like, yo, you're good. And I'm like, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
But also,
you don't hit the same.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
And then you get those strangers like, yo, you're like, this shit's good.
Bro, I didn't tell nobody I was rapping when I started, man.
I feel like that's how it is though, because I was in my I've been very keen on like having a bedroom studio and like at least having it set up just accessibility wise. But like first time making stuff, like I didn't tell nobody. I had one dude who's my boy, and he's the one who initially got me into it, and I would send him stuff, but that was it.
Bro, you wanna know how sick my shit is? I didn't tell nobody I was rapping until the tape dropped. Until the Genesis dropped. I didn't tell nobody I was rapping. My mom said, so I was hitting the studio. I would go to the studio like a lot. And my mom, she was thinking I was still on bullshit because I'm coming off of being on bullshit. Like, yo, he just always like on some bullshit. Like, why he out so late and he coming back? And that's why I was getting fried. So like, he come back high as shit. Like, what was he doing?
Dude, that's a great story though.
Yeah, what the fuck is he doing? Then I dropped it. So I dropped it on my birthday, like in 2016.
Solid.
And then,
that's funny. I dropped my first tape on my brother's birthday.
It's dropping on your birthday. Just do something for you, man. It's like a present to yourself. So
for sure.
At that time, it's crazy like how shit happened. Like so I was recording a project and I was first working with Absolute, and he had like I think he overbooked or something like that.
Yeah.
He overbooked me and was like, all right, you go work with bro in the back. So I started working with this dude. His name Chris West. And dude was real solid. Like I think he showed me like how to look for an engineer, or what should I look for in an engineer, because like he wasn't just it wasn't just a sit down, record, and send you off.
Yeah,
on your way.
literally like, hey, you got the beat. All right, cool.
Nah, bro was really on some. This like my really first time like putting together a project
Nice.
rapping. He was on some shit like, nah, go back and record that again.
Dude,
go back and do that.
I'm
shit
so
again.
keen on that. I have people in here. My buddy earlier, which like he's just as good at. My man sings his ass off. No, yeah, you know Mal Boogie. Yeah. Mal was in here earlier. But yeah, I'm like, dude, we're so close. Do it again.
Yeah.
I'm like, just run it again. But yeah, that's what's up. So Wilmington, first song on the album. Is that where you're from?
Yeah, Wilmington,
Okay.
Delaware. Yup.
Dude, yeah, first take I was like Wilmington. I was like, damn, Wilmington, North Carolina.
Everybody get that. So a lot of people
You
get
live
that
in North
mixed up,
Carolina,
right?
it's hard to not associate it. But yeah, so look, what inspired that one? I know the intro. You got quite a few intros on there too. I like that.
Yup.
Are they all from the same thing? Are they all different?
So the crazy thing with that one, man, it's like on the Wilmington one that I think it's opening up talking about like like a crime scene type thing.
Yes.
That's actually from my aunt, man. My
Really?
aunt in Delaware, yeah, Aunt Dawn. Before we moved to North Carolina, that was one of the reasons we moved to North Carolina, because you know, like the city's still going crazy. It's always been stuff going on. It's a small city, you know. It's like we're like a melting pot of like Philadelphia, New York, Jersey.
Oh, that's true. I forget where Delaware is.
Exactly. A lot of people do, but it's like it's small, and it's like a place where a lot of people they'll come to Delaware and just get away from wherever they got going on. But at the same time, it causes friction through the city and stuff like that. So yeah, at the time, my aunt had just got killed, man, on like some home invasion type shit.
Damn.
And you know, like the part of expressing myself, we just had to go through it. Like I didn't
talk about it. Yeah.
Never really knew how to really talk about that shit.
How old were you, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh man, I was like freshman high school. Like,
okay, so you're old enough to understand
14,
what happened.
Yeah, for sure. Like I'm talking about, I was just over there like the whole week before, and then like the following week, home invasion type shit, and having to go to school and seeing that shit on like the news and shit at school. Like it hit me, but it ain't really hit me until I started seeing that type shit. Like, damn, like this shit real. And hearing people talking about it, but this somebody you know like closely for real.
It never hits you until it hits close to home, and then it's like, yo, this is like
for sure. So like so I threw that on there just to like
it's homage. It's paying homage to, you know, like what started, and you know,
for sure. So yeah, man, that was the opener. So Wilmington.
So the beat selection on that, I love the beat. Where is that like working with old dude?
Nah,
okay.
So that tape, bro, the crazy thing with that tape, and the reason why you don't see it streaming anywhere but SoundCloud, that shit is all YouTube beats. That's an old Hove beat.
Oh, okay. All right. That helps me, because I was like, dude, the very last song on there, I will get to it, but the very last song, I literally was struggling to find that beat, because I was like, yo, I know this beat. And then when I found it, and I literally looked at the name of the song, and I was like, fuck. I was like, this is literally the name of the song, and I was like,
you talk about the
Faithful.
Crazy thing with that, bro, I'm going to keep it all the way a stack. I didn't even listen to the common version of
really?
That. I didn't even know like that was a song.
You just found the beat?
I just found a beat on YouTube. I'm looking up Kanye type beat, and that's one of the beats that came up. It's because Kanye produced it, but it's a common track that's called Faithful. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, I think yours is mixed a little differently.
Well,
it's
because it's a YouTube beat, so they might have recrafted or whatever.
That's what I thought, because that's what was throwing me off. But either way, that beat fire selection.
Yeah.
As soon as I heard Faithful, I was like, yo.
Yeah.
So what was the acapellas on there?
The acapellas was really just it was really just some vent shit. Like so when I first came into trying to make music, I was at Southern High School, and a teacher, we used to freestyle in her class, Ms. Noel. And
so that's the one thing I miss, or I feel like another thing I missed out on with my high school being so small and out in the fucking country.
Yeah.
No expression of art of any form.
Well, my shit is different because like I was jumping schools a lot, man. I never really had like once we moved out of Delaware, or even then, like I was always getting put out of school just from doing like just doing shit.
Being a kid.
Just being a kid, man. Teachers are conspiring against me when I was a kid. I promise you. It gets real. Like
I don't doubt it. Yeah.
We could go there, but it gets real, man. So like so Ms. Noel, she used to hear us freestyling in class, and was like, she would let us, it was a theater class, so he's like free elective.
Literally perfect.
So she would let us freestyle and be like, one day, I guess she just had enough. She's like, y'all not really talking about nothing. This is an older lady. She's like, y'all not really talking about nothing. Like Trayvon Martin just got killed. And she's like, I didn't hear y'all say nothing about that. Like, why that's not on the top of y'all head? And I was like, dang. So she was like, you know what? if y'all feel like y'all can rap, go home and write something. Come back to class and let's see who can really rap.
Damn, she put y'all on the spot like that.
On the spot. So that Friday I went home and that's the only thing I could think about was writing my verse. I didn't know how to count bars. I just was writing. So I came back to class because I'm thinking everybody's going to do the same thing.
You were the only one?
Only one. Came back to class, nobody wrote.
Dang.
So she's like, and she waited till the class got started a little bit. Everybody got back to freestyle and it's like, oh,
let's go back to what we talked about. Yeah,
who wrote them bars? And I was like, I did. Sorry, I can't remember the shit now, but I rapped it and she was like, she stopped. The class stopped. Look, rap that again. So I rapped it again. I rapped that shit like 5-6 times, like just back to back to back, and then like class was over type shit. Next day came into class. She was like, before class got started, she was like, so listen, so the goal for the class was just to clean up the theater because it was like an elective class.
Yeah.
And senior year elective class, you
bullshit.
She was like, my other classes is gonna clean up the theater. This class, he gonna make a song, and we gonna make posters and different shit like that, and we gonna put it on YouTube.
Is it on YouTube?
No,
Oh, dude,
it would have been tough. But check this out. Okay, I still was a kid.
Yeah,
we still were kids, fucking around, coming to class, cooked, skipping class. But like this lady, that's going back to you saying like people that you don't know, like speaking light over you type shit. Like this lady that I don't know, I'm new to the school still. I damn near wasn't making friends because I'm just like going through my own shit. Like, and this lady just to be like, yo, like she would tell me like you're gonna win a Grammy off like music, and I'm like, music, like I can't rap.
Yeah, because at this point I ain't crossed you.
Yeah, so that's why on the acapellas I couldn't put them to no beat because I just was like speaking my mind within the music type shit. So yeah, that's basically how I even got started.
That reminds me of Mick Jenkins' of Pieces of a Man.
Really?
He does that Jill Scott Heron stuff on there.
Hell yeah.
Twice, I think. And I was like, yo, that's like very identical. But I love the acapellas because I feel like it's a good break.
Yeah.
Like, especially when you're creating a project and not like a mixtape or something like that. Sure. Like, you want people to feed them and then ingest everything, sit there, and then like, all right, well, now we're going to go right back to what we started.
I think early on too, like my main thing, it wasn't like I wasn't thinking I'm trying to make it hit. Like that never even crossed. Even still now, it's not on so much of like. Of course, you want them vibes. You know that you gotta have shit for people to move around and do things with. But back then, it was just like I want to be heard. Like I'm coming from the place of like my life was just like has been fucked up to this point, and nobody hearing me. Like they family shutting me out, like losing friends and shit like that to all type of different things. So I just wanted to be heard, bro. So to turn that music off and rap was my way of like, y'all gotta hear me now.
You have to listen.
You have to hear me. You gotta listen.
Damn, dude, I fuck with that hard. What was it? Oh, Smile.
Yeah.
So Smile feels to me like we talked about earlier, where this song is clearly connected to something like in your life.
For sure.
If you want to talk about, what is it?
Yeah, for sure, man. It was like for me, it was like family. Like I grew up in Delaware. My family was close at the time. You know, like we all were there. Like when his birthday's coming up, like February for us is like me and all my cousins' birthdays. Is
all February?
Basically, like we had one yesterday, one today, the 20th, the 12th, the fucking my birthday 24th. My great grandma was the 20th.
Are your birthdays this month?
Yeah, that's the 24th. Yo,
happy birthday, man.
Yeah, man. Turn off. But
project.
Working on it.
Okay.
Working on it. But look, check this out. So that beat just made me think of like just being at my grandma's house and like everybody there before like the fallouts, before the deaths, before like anything crazy, just being able to be around family and feel full and be like, you know, like sometimes we'll move around, we try to connect with people that don't have the love for us, but it was a time in life where like that's all we knew was love. Like I could go to my grandma's house and get like hot meals every day.
You knew it.
Like,
you knew every time you walked in the door.
And I know my uncle gonna be there on the couch and like it gave me that feeling. So that's kind of why I spoke on in that record, and it wound up turning like that shit wound up turning into like a real fan favorite for real, like at the time.
That one and Lord Knows.
Yeah. Lord Knows fucked them up.
It did. I literally was scrolling and I was like, yo, Lord Knows. I was like, I wanted to go there first, but I was like, no. Let me go through this one by one. But yeah, because I saw the plays on it. I was like, damn, that one's popping.
Yeah, nah, it was moving because like, it wasn't like I wasn't trying to be conscious, but it's just like, I was in that space of like, I was really just like figuring out like my purpose because I was coming from a point of like, I was really moving like, bro, like I don't care for tomorrow in a way. And me focusing on music or locking, it gave me something to like look forward to.
Dude, I love when people like go into music because they enjoy music, and not necessarily that they're like, oh, I want to do music. Like I've known I want to do music, but that, like you said, where you've had all this go down, and then you're like, damn, music has kind of already always been there, and then like all of a sudden it just starts like interlocking and combining, and you're like, damn, I really can like get away in this.
Exactly. It's like you could create a whole new life for yourself, and like when you listen to my shit, like it ain't really no cap in there. Like it ain't no. I ain't talking about no foreigns, Bentleys, and different shit like that. Of course, we aspire for those type of things and stuff like that, but a lot of my music has been, to this point, has been like me just talking about everyday life, like talking about shit I'm really going through.
And see, that's why so I hadn't listened to you before Roll Bounce, and then wait, oh damn, of course I didn't write it down. No, it's gonna be on the other one, the one that Jaded freestyle.
Yeah.
We'll go back to that in a minute, but that Jaded freestyle, you played that one live, and I literally was like, yo, shit.
Yeah.
I was like, this man's like performing.
For sure.
But what was I was building on something with that. But yeah, just like that music, dude, I literally completely lost where we were before this.
Like that.
All right, well, we're gonna move on to the next thing. Well, as a good halfway point for the Genesis, what's your favorite song on there?
My favorite song on the Genesis.
If you had to pick like just one that you like, just like that's the one.
Man,
Or how about the process behind one of them that felt the best?
I'll say the process behind, because I don't really, honestly, I haven't listened. Like I catch myself listening to it sometimes, like just on a random.
I try not to. Like a lot of my old stuff, it's just like it's done.
And
now I want to tweak it though.
I don't listen to it, but then when like my cousin or my sister be like, yo, I just was bumping that Genesis, I'm like, fuck, like
I forget it's
like,
it.
Not even that. I just be like, damn, like y'all supposed to, like, I'm not dropping enough because y'all need to hear this new shit I got in my head. So it kind of made me mad sometimes listening to that shit, because I'm like, that shit was dope, but if I could just keep my foot on the gas, what more can y'all like from me? Opposed to saying, yo, we want that old shit.
Dude, and I feel like that's a lot of things people like real prominent rappers now fight that. It's like even J. Cole especially, people like, oh, I miss J. Cole. And I'm like, yeah, but I was like, yo, I know you're gonna like this new stuff. I promise. Promise.
The new food is gonna be way better. Like
this is literally just the taste. Like you said, this is Genesis. Like this is the start. Like this is nothing.
Damn, my song that I like the process of it had to be I think Brothers.
Okay.
Brothers is one that I like because it's like it just had that bounce to it. Like it had like
that chorus.
Yeah, it just had that. So that was like my first taste, I feel like, of like making a song that could be played like.
Yeah, like not just, radio play, but play out and about.
Exactly, and even how that shit came together. So when I started, I was putting together the project, and
dude, I'm so glad you remember all these processes and stuff.
Yeah.
It's so nice
because it's just embedded, man. Because I got to use that to move forward to the next things in life. So it's like my brother, I wasn't telling nobody I was rapping, but I hit my brother, was like, yo, send me a beat on YouTube type shit. Like
pick one.
Just pick a beat, and he sent me that beat. So I named it Brothers because my brother sent it to me, but I wasn't even talking about my actual brother at the time. I was talking about one of my homies who he wound up getting killed like about 2 years ago. But at the time, we just were. That's why that's a person. Once we really dive into my story, that's a person. When we first moved out here, we was just getting into everything. That was my brother for real. So a lot of the shit I'm talking about in there is like when he do wrong, then we get right. Like we was on that type of time. So that one, I think the process was good for me because it's like it just was just another way of getting shit off. And I feel like that too, as like being a dark child, being like the black sheep. And then I got this other person who the black sheep with me. I'm talking about us two, and I'm talking about us grinding and shit like that, and how I'm rocking with them regardless. Like no matter how they looking at us, our mama's looking at us crazy, but that's my dog, and I'm gonna rock with him.
And I feel like I love having that person in your circle too. Yeah. Like, cause like you can have the nice circle, whatever, but you always got that. Or for me especially, I know I always got that one that I'm like, yo, like I know I can like. If I need to send anything, if I need like real suggestions, and if I fuck up and I go to him, he's like, nah, rewind it. I was like, we're going right back. Yeah.
Well, on the music tip, he wasn't that.
He wasn't that? Okay.
We to freestyle, but at this point we weren't really he was booked, the person I was talking about in the song, he was booked at this time. We had like a fallout some shit.
Damn, okay.
So we weren't even like tapped in with each other, but it's like that love of like this dude being my bro is still there.
Always.
Even when it's fuck shit going on, like me and my blood brother, we at the odds right now. Like, but that's if he hit me right now, I say I need you to pull up. I'm coming.
I'll be there.
But I smack the shit out you too, and I pull up.
That's like me and my brother. My brother is like 22, but he acts like he's like 40.
Yeah.
Love him to death, but he's like he literally is a grown ass man. It's so funny. But yeah, like if we feed off each other, and he's like people say I'm chill, but he's like too chill, and I'm like, yo, you need to like you need to come on, like give me a little something, like you got to put a little more, and he's like, nah, and I'm like, come on, and then we butt heads for like a week, and then he calls me up, he's like, yo, what you doing? And I'm like, chilling. He's like, yo, let's talk, and I'm like, exactly.
That's me and my brother, but he don't call to say let's talk. He just be like, we come from a prideful family, man, so. He just be like he be on his time, I'll be on my time, but it's like it's always love, and instead of beefing with your dog, you just gotta give him some distance, man. His birthday on the 14th too.
Damn, golly.
Yeah. So me and my brother, we 2 years 10 days apart, man. That's like my twin for real.
What was my next one? Oh, Basquiat.
Oh yeah,
I love that one. Like genuine, that was on that project from me, from like my personal opinion, that was the one that you sounded the most comfortable.
For sure.
Like literally there was no, like at no point, like if you would play me that song, like, yo, hey, this is my first ever project and drop that one on me, I wouldn't have thought even once that was your first project.
Exactly.
It was so clean.
That's what my cousin was telling me. Well, so with Wilmington, that was the first song I recorded for the project. So me listening to that song now, I'd be like, damn, I could have just like, I could have caught it a little. But as the project goes along, you'll hear like the confidence growing because I'm just new at rapping.
Yeah.
So now I'm like, all right, shit, I'm going home and I'm like, damn, I know how I could deliver. What I even sound like.
Dude, recording is a confidence thing all day. Like I have people come in, like I have a few people who like from back in the day, they hit me up like, yo man, let me come record, and like I ain't never done nothing. I'm like, all right, it's fine, man. Like come through. Like I'm all for it because I'm all for any creative energy of any sort. Yeah. And they'll come in and they're like, I'm like, I'll stop it, I'll do it again. And I'm like, all right, do it again. And I'll do it like 5 times. And they're like, what? And I'm like, do it. I was like, yo, I was like, there's no one else in here. Yeah. I was like, get that confidence. I was like, to speak it.
Exactly.
But yeah, you definitely sound on Basquiat. Like oh yeah, that song "Splitting Fries with My Cousin."
Yeah.
So talk about that one.
Man, it's like it's facts, man. In my cousin, my little cousin, that's like my brother. Like me and my cousins out here, we grew up like brothers once we came out here. So that's really my bro, man. Like even to this day, like if he ever needs some shit, anything I got, he is his. In the same way with him, like anything he got, I know I can get parts of. And that's just how we carry it, man. So we definitely was splitting. We was broke as shit for a lot of years. And we was splitting fries, man. For sure.
I saw that line and it stuck out to me because I figured that one specifically out of all the words felt like an image. Like I literally pulled and I literally it was like, yo, I can literally envision him sitting down splitting fries with the homies.
For sure, man. For sure. Me and my brother, when we first moved out here and shit, we went to Southern and we was fucked up, man. It was like for some reason we didn't even get free lunch. I know we qualified, but we ain't even get that shit. So we would have to like really just put our little coins together just to get fries at lunch at Southern. Like the fries was like $1, whatever, some bullshit.
Yeah,
like that.
Something like that. I remember.
So me and my bro, we would really put our bread together every day to try to get some fries. And I made a friend at school. His name Raheem. He plays professional soccer now.
That's what's up.
But I gotta shout him out though, and I hit him like a little while ago, and I just thanked him for real because like he started like, yo, you want something to eat? Like you don't ever eat nothing. You want some fries? I'll buy you some fries. And every day, bro, he just was buying me fries every day. And I ain't had to ask for it, and he never say you gotta give me that shit back. So I'm gonna do that shout out to Raheem, man. That shit was.
Who's he play for?
You gonna have me lying, but after the show, I can send you his shit. But
that's what's up though, dude. That's always nice to see. I had a few buddies that actually went to state. You know Cody and Caleb Martin, the twins?
Yeah.
Okay, so I went to high school with them before they transferred to Oak Hill. They're from where I grew up. And my buddy that I lived with for like 3 years, that's like their best friend. Like the 3 of them, and he played basketball too. And it was like literally, he goes like, if they're not at school, like they're together playing basketball. So I got real close with them, and it's like, dude, it's always dope seeing someone you went to school with, like, fucking balling out.
For sure. I'm trying to be one of them dudes.
I know. I'm like, damn, I'm watching this. I'm like, all right, now it's my turn.
Yeah.
Let's see. I want to finish this one. LC. That shit was cold as hell.
Yeah.
Cause that was the first. Was that the first one you sang on there?
I sung on Smile, but it was slight.
Yeah. Now
sung on
LC, you sung though.
Yeah.
Okay.
So at this point, that's like the last track I recorded on the project. So
Okay.
the confidence has grown now. I always felt like I could sing for real. Like I was.
You better than me.
As a kid, I was singing and shit like that. Like, I was in choir like 7th grade type shit, like singing My Girl. Like I had a little solo and shit. Like,
dude, shout out Temptations.
Yo, for real. Like
love the Temptations,
bro. Like my mom, she used to have us listen to Michael Jackson and shit like that. Like, and we really knew this shit. Like knew them. So at the time when I was a kid, she'll pick up my friends and shit, be playing Mike. I'm like, yo, mom, throw that Jeezy on. Like,
she's like, no.
She'll throw.
Oh, really? Okay.
She'll throw the Jeezy on and they be like, she'll see everybody get all comfortable, throw the mic back on. And like, yo, she's like, Bryson, you know this your song. Everybody look.
Yeah.
So I was so like, oh man, but everybody's singing the song. So I'm like, all right, cool. I fuck with Mike. So I always been on some. So I always felt like I could sing. I thought when I was a kid I was gonna be the fucking 4th member in Pretty Ricky, man.
Oh shoot. I forget about Pretty Ricky, honestly. Other than those few hits.
I had no business singing their music, but I just knew like this gonna be my lifestyle. I'm singing about shit like this. Like, yeah, it just turns.
Dude, yeah, I loved LC. Was that the same engineer from the?
Yeah. So
okay. The engineer, whoever engineered that, man, shout outs to them because that shit was so clean.
Not shameless plug. I don't know if this is called shameless plug or name drop, whatever. So Chris West at the time when I was working with this dude, it used to be like posters and stuff in the studio. And he's like a real laid back dude, like real cool dude, laid back. You wouldn't think when you hear about the shit he doing now, you wouldn't think that he's doing that because he just like mad chill, whatever. But it was mad posters and shit in the room for this dude named Baby Jesus.
Okay.
And I'm just like, I will always see it, like, who the fuck, like, who is Baby Jesus? Like, it's mad shit in there. That's the baby.
Really?
So, yeah. So at the time I was working with Chris West, he was grinding with the baby. You go look at Chris West now, he's Grammy Award winning because he still works with like the baby.
Damn, that's crazy.
For sure. So I was able to find an engineer that's like really. That's why now when I go sit down with engineers or whoever on some music shit, I could kind of get an idea of what I want to go for. Not so much of like the status part, because when I met him, it wasn't status, but just like the attention, the care that they gonna give to it. Like he would say to me, like, I'm not gonna allow you to put out no bullshit because my name is attached to it, and I kind of carry that forward. Like, I'm not gonna put out no bullshit because my name is attached to it.
That's fair. Nah, that's crazy though, and it's always nice to get somebody who cares not only about their image but your image because they're attached.
For sure.
And it's like, yo, like tell me I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Like if I'm doing it, like if this ain't right and this don't sound good, like tell me.
And for him, I think it was dope because I didn't have to say it. Like I didn't have to say like, yo, bro, what you think about that? He just was like, nah, bro, go back and record that. Like it got to the point with what's the song on there? I think it was Brothers.
Okay.
I was recording that shit and he was like, yeah, I don't really like how you doing that part. And I got so damn mad and frustrated. I was like, man, you know what? And I'm paying for studio sessions at this time. Yeah. Like none of this shit is free. But I'm like, you know what? I'll come back and do this shit. Like I just don't even feel like
trying to keep going.
Yeah,
with it.
I was like, I was mad as shit. So I went home and just was like figuring out because he was trying to teach me like breath control. So I would say to him, bro, just punch me in. And I'm not punching in because what happens when you gotta perform this shit?
No breath.
You gotta be able to to deliver.
That's another thing I've been prominent on. I've only done 2 shows. But the first show I did, I got spoiled, as I've said before. We had a lot of people come out from like my hometown and stuff to go to it, so it was like a lot bigger. It's like 50 people, which as a first show, like that's a fucking lot.
That's turn.
And the second show dropped down to like 10 people, which is harder for me, I think personally, trying to perform to 10 people versus trying to perform to like a 40.
Yeah.
But my biggest thing was like being able to perform. I don't want nothing under me rapping. Yeah. Like it's me rapping. Chorus, that's fine. You know, some backup words, that's fine. But I said when it comes to the verse, I'm doing the whole thing.
And that's something I'm still, I'm getting better with, just off of like the lack of reps. Because like when I first was performing, I was doing like open mics at the Pinhook. Like,
okay.
I was.
Where's that at?
It's in Durham.
Okay.
Downtown Durham. I was around for those times. Anybody in Durham, they've been through the Pinhook, like doing the open mics and shit like that. But I would have like a backtrack. Until I seen it was this dude. I had I think I did like a Carolina Waves event at this time.
Okay.
And this I don't even remember dude's name, but like he kind of just showed me like the difference of using a backtrack opposed to just like really rapping it. Cause I'm up there rapping too, but when this dude was up there rapping with no like just the beat behind it, I felt like I could hear every word he was saying.
That's what drew me to you at Roll Bounce. Cause I was like, did you even have a?
So crazy thing with that, bro. I didn't. I think I had a backtrack because I couldn't get it. I couldn't get my
You couldn't get the mix.
I couldn't get the mix quick enough. So what I did though, I was like, damn, I can't get that. I'm just gonna like make sure I'm loud as fuck.
Yeah, because you were way over.
Yeah.
Because I didn't even. I mean, you could hear the beat, but you couldn't hear the lyrics coming out of the beat at all. And I don't know if that was also placement because y'all were in the bowl, which was super tight.
Yeah, I was scoping that whole shit out. Like, where can I go to make this like feel like?
Dude, I don't know why no one before you did it because like that bowl thing was perfect. Because I was like, literally everyone has to come closer to be able to see you.
So that was a conversation I was having with like before I even perform anything. I'm asking my sister, my cousin, and like my homie Cat. And I'm like, yo, where the fuck should I like perform?
King Cat?
King Cat, yeah, that's my
We linked
bro.
up on Instagram, and I was like, okay,
for sure, that's my dog, man.
He does some good photo work.
Yeah, that's my dog for sure. He been with me through this whole process as well, like of just putting together the music. Shout out to King Cat.
That's what's up,
Brody forever.
But yeah,
that bowl, the bowl shit was fire because like I'm like, damn, where the fuck can I go to like to really separate myself? Like, can I stand on this shit?
Because after you, everyone went in the bowl. Well, I left at 5. I'm assuming people afterwards probably did.
That bowl got a little hot.
Damn.
I can't say that. But it's dope though. Like to be able to do some shit and it just make it hot.
Like you basically set the stage for everybody.
For sure.
Yeah, no, that shit was.
And
tight.
I was an opener. Like,
I know you were like what 4?
I was like
3:30 or something like that.
So that's my approach to shit now. Like it's been hard. It's been really hard trying to get on shows out here, bro. Cause
shows are tough. I'm gonna keep you in mind if I do anything in Raleigh or if I get in Durham, because I'm trying to move to some shows to Durham too.
Okay.
So I'm definitely gonna look out for you.
Yeah, that's fire.
Yeah, for sure.
It's been hard, bro, because I feel like out here it's like I'm not really tied into like no certain group.
It's annoying.
Like collective. So it's like I could understand why they don't want to put me on shows because like people aren't really benefiting from me being at the show.
From individually.
Yeah, because it's like we don't really gain anything from you being here. But you could get. I feel like I could gain more than they probably feel like they could gain. So my approach to like when I do get on a show, the goal is to like take over the show. Like I want this shit to be my show now for at least the time period.
At least my side.
Yeah, for at least the time period that I'm performing is my show now, and that's the approach I feel like I'll be having to take. Respectfully though, but
as everyone should though. You like everyone talks about like being cocky, but like you have to.
Yeah,
you have to be.
Yeah.
That is the only thing. Because this industry, music and all that, it's very saturated now. Like there's hella people putting out music,
for sure.
So you got to separate yourself. And I feel like people don't realize the benefits of performances.
For sure.
Like literally me with you, never heard your music, never heard anything, but just you performing, I was like, yo, I have to check this out.
That's why I feel like it got to be more of that because it's like you get those connections that you don't get just being at the crib or online.
People fall in love with you
for sure
before they fall in love with the music.
For sure.
And that's that's the best way you can do it. That's how you build real fans.
Yeah, man, that shit was fun as fuck, man.
I know. I hated I had to leave early.
My adrenaline is like, I think when I perform, bro, like I feel like I'm a real laid back person, but when I perform, it's like, it's a different dude, man. And I be like, it's like motherfucking like Batman or something. Like how they have they shit where it's like they just laid back, whatever.
But then when the time.
So I be feeling like that when I perform, bro. Just like, it's like a whole different level of like energy coming through. And I be wanting more of that shit. It's like a high for real.
Nah, for real. Like the first time I got to perform, I got lucky enough. I kind of set the show up too, so like I'm gonna headline because I put all the work for it. Which it worked out really well. Like transitionally wise from like every artist, like it built up to everybody kind of mixed really well. But when I got on stage, I was like, dog, no one else is here right now. I was like, this is me.
Yeah.
Well, that basically cleans up. Well, we can talk about Faithful now. We talk about that sample I couldn't find.
Yeah.
So like you said, so you hadn't even found that beat, right?
I
never heard it.
I never listened to the Common track. Like I heard like Common before, but I never listened to that.
People
track.
sleep on Common.
Yeah,
that's another one.
I fuck with Common, man.
Dude, that Penny for a Dollar album.
Man, Black America again is like.
Which cover is that?
It's like I think it's like grayish.
Okay.
It has like some faces on it. Like that album for me at that time was like, yo, this shit is fire. And he has like, I think he's just dope, man. Common's dope, but you gotta like be wanting to hear that.
You have to. He's very particular. I feel like that's how people. Some people like that with Mick Jenkins. I feel like.
Yeah.
Which now I've got a point now where that's like I'm throwing Mick Jenkins
For
whatever.
sure.
But yeah, Common's one of those where it's like you got to kind of be ready for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, that's what's up. I love for the Genesis to be your first project is crazy.
For sure.
But I think you talk about not having like not telling anybody. Because how long did it take you to make Genesis?
Man, it really didn't take that long.
For me, the first project's always the easiest.
Yeah, it didn't take because there's no expectations. There's no like you're not so critical of yourself at that point. It didn't take that long, and at the time period, I had like I be having trouble sleeping sometimes. It's getting better now, but at the time, I really wouldn't sleep a lot, and then like so I started saying like my insomnia is gonna produce like my flows is gonna produce.
Mac Miller said
greatness.
he does. Mac Miller said he did. I remember I watched something. He said he does his best shit when he is like running on low on sleep.
Yeah, man, and it's probably unhealthy. But then I used to say like if I'm not. What I used to say, if I'm sleeping, then I can't be working toward. I had, how they say, if you're not sleeping, you're not.
It's like, what is it? Steve Harvey said, if you sleeping, you cannot sleep 8 hours a day.
So I took that shit to heart. It was like I'm not sleeping, I'm working on music, and I was really just in the pad writing like heavy. As of now, I don't really do too much of that. Like a lot of my shit now is like I catch the vibe off like. My melodics have grown a lot more, and like my sense of like what is a hook, my sense of like what is that point of the song where people can really like bop to and vibe to. I'm really getting into like real songs now. So to do a track like Jaded within those mix of like trying to make different songs, it's like that was that. Oh shit, he could still go there if he need to go there.
Oh shoot, yeah, I didn't even think about that. It's like a flashback.
Yeah, for sure.
Damn,
for
yeah.
Sure.
After listening to your stuff now, I'm like, oh shit. Well, fuck, I'm gonna move on to that one. So, dude. What's that Eva project? Is that you on there?
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
I literally played both those songs like...
That's me and the homie Gray on there.
Dude, that shit's crazy.
Yeah, that's a different bag for real. At first it was just on some like... I don't know, bro. I don't really have like... I feel like I won't be that artist where you can't really box me into nothing. Like, I might come through and do like some Caribbean type shit. Like... I might not.
But either way,
it's gonna be comfortable. It's gonna be in a comfortable space. But I want to be that artist where like you can't box me in because I'm just doing different flows.
You gonna give me something, I'm gonna play it
for sure. Like it's nothing that I can't make. Like I could make a rock song if I really want to make a rock song. And I feel like it's no. Like when I first started getting on my melodic shit, my cousin said to me, he was like, "Man, I'm not trying to hear that singing shit." And I'm like, man.
That's what people want though.
But I was like, fuck. And I was like, you know what? Fuck that shit. Shout out to Cat. I wasn't even like fucking with it. Like when I was making it, but I was like, damn, I don't even know how people gonna take that shit. And bro he said to me, he was like, bro, you'd be surprised. Like a lot of people might really fuck with that shit. I dropped, oh shit, I really fuck with that shit. I'm like, okay. So shout out to Cat for that. But yeah, the Eva John, man, just was like, we gonna just hit him with something different.
Dude, it was because I think because I'd already listened to the Lost Summer at that point because that was the first thing I went to because of course I heard Jada and I was like, I gotta hear that one.
Yeah.
And then hearing Genesis and then the last thing I heard was Eva. Yeah. So I was like, what is this? Yeah. I literally I was at my girl's house last night doing research. Gotta do my research on it. But I was like, I paused and I was like, it's like, come listen to this. I took the headphones out and I played her the Genesis album. Yeah. And then I switched it to this and she was like, is this the same person? And I was like, yeah. I was like, this shit is crazy.
For sure.
That first track on there is probably one of my favorites you've done. It's just so clean.
For sure.
Is that the same engineer?
Yeah, same engineer and producer for Lost Summer.
Okay.
So Lost Summer, it was
what did Eva come out before Lost Summer?
After.
Okay. I was literally because you used to be able to see release dates, like specific on Spotify, but now it just gives you the year.
For sure. Spotify is cool. I fuck with Spotify heavy because you find a lot of new artists faster, but the real one is Tidal because they give you like full album credits, and it's just like, I know I'm dissing Spotify. I'm not really dissing Spotify right now, but it just, I like Tidal's way that you can see the engineer on.
They give you all the credits.
I read album credits. When I fuck with an album, I would sit there and read the credits. Like,
did you retweet that today?
A while ago.
Dude, I was sitting here. I was like, I just read that the other day.
Yeah, I read album credits, bro. Like,
because you want to know.
I want to know. I want to know who. Because a lot of times I'll hear shit and be like, yo, who? and it'd be the same person who engineered these same albums and shit like that, or producer or something like that. Like, damn.
And what a lot of people don't realize, especially like some of these engineers and stuff, like they're reachable.
Yeah, for sure.
Like specifically engineers and stuff, like they are
sure.
reachable. They're
For
not
sure.
like, like, oh, I'm solely exclusive for this guy, which there are that some are.
For sure.
But like a lot of these people who are on most of these tracks, like, dude, you can reach them.
Yeah, you might have to drop a ticket, but that's why it's like when you're trying to work with an artist or something like that, or get connected with an artist, sometimes trying to attack the artist or reach out to the artist might not be the way. You might have to hit like somebody like one of their homies that's tied in with their camp.
But
they put you into the room.
It all rolls right back together.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's way more organic that way too, I think, rather than trying to link with an artist and being like, yo, let's make something.
For sure.
And then you can, because I mean, at the end of the day, man, the engineer's he's gonna make your sound.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, that's crazy. So that's what's up. But yeah, dude, I loved Eva. I thought that was so cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, so Mama Ali, how do you say it?
Mamillion.
Mamillion? Okay. I was curious on how to say it. And that's the boy?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I was curious on who that was.
Yeah, he got some shit coming too, man. I just wanna it's sometimes in this music shit, bro, it's like you just get so caught up in how to release. You get caught up in like how like
There's a strategy to all of it.
Strategies and if that's like the biggest thing for me this year is just like getting out of our own way. It's like, let's drop this music. Not just drop it like we got care to it, but like me personally, I like to do a lot of extra shit behind my music, and I feel like with Lost Summer, I wasn't able to do it. That's one thing I don't like about Lost Summer is because I didn't get any visuals off or like how I really.
But you still had that capability because
I got one off. I got the Fallen joint. I got one.
Is you got video for it?
Yeah, okay, my homie Tershini Black, he shot that joint for me. He's going crazy up in Delaware. Well, he in Pittsburgh right now, going crazy as far as content and stuff like that. United Divided. Shout out to bro. And so he was able to shoot that for me. But I had like so many plans for like shooting vids for that project, and it just COVID hit, couldn't really do too much with it. But moving forward, expect that.
That's one of my biggest things for 2022 is I want to be visual.
Yeah.
I want people to see my face. I want people to associate the names to the face.
Exactly.
And I want people to see my face and be like, oh, that's him.
Yeah.
And I'm like, exactly.
Man, I'm on some shit, bro. It's like, I don't know if you remember J. Cole video Wet Dreams with the dogs. Where it's like,
damn, I don't know if I watched that video.
Gotta watch
I know
the
the song for sure.
So it's basically it's like he's not really even like the focus of the video. I be on shit like that where it's like
I love a good story more than I do a music video.
Yeah, that's my thing. Like I'm not so much of like rapping in front of the camera just to make a video type shit. I really want to be like some cinematic. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm there with you. And sometimes that shit it could draw you back though because like trying to find the right videographer, trying to get all the ideas together.
And the shit adds up.
Yeah.
Because that's my biggest thing now, especially with living on my own and having to pay my own rent and stuff like that.
Sure.
Like, it hurts my pocket, and I don't get that availability to go out and have, like, someone like, hey, because I will give it to you. Like, I will give you more money than you're asking me every single time. Because that's just how I am, and I want you to know that I appreciate what you're doing for me. But, yeah, man, that's another...
Yeah. And as far as that, as a bread, man, it's like... Because I put a lot of bread, especially with...
Well, you said that first one was all studios.
Yeah, so yeah, for sure. Because I know what I want, and it's like, I'm not trying to, like, fuck it off. Like, you could go here. But my thing is, like, I don't really have a strong attachment to money.
Okay.
Like, money to me, like, I don't even like the concept of money, for real. My thing with money is just, like, money is, like, a tool. It's just, like, the thing that's going to get you to here, get you to there, get you there.
As unfortunate as it is.
I just use that shit, bro, and, like, it's probably bad. It's good and bad, but when I use it, I don't even think about it when it's going. Of course, you might
as long as you know where it's going and that's what you want, it don't matter.
You might have to sit there and ramen noodle it, but like for this coming project I'm working on, I already spent like a band like this past week on just getting everything ready things together.
Because you want it, you know what you got to do to get it to work.
And I don't regret it. I don't regret any like putting the bread to it or whatever. So it's just like, man, it's hella... I got hella plays, man. I think that's something that I want to show this year too. Like the music is cool and shit like that, but I feel like one of my dopest things I could do is connect the dots, man. Like I feel like later down the line I would love to be in like an executive position. I know you got to work your way into that, but that's the goal. It's like the type person I am, I want to help. Like I be want to help people because it was times where I needed help and I couldn't find it.
That's how it is. It's a lot of what I've been semi-transitioning to is like I love the music, I love making music, but I love being in the position to be able to put people together.
For sure.
Like literally just having studio sessions like, hey, yo, I got this one dude, come on, like, come in.
For sure.
Which that's happened with a few songs. I got my buddy Roger, who I'm real in tune with, and that man's crazy. He literally sent me like three songs to mix this week out of the blue, like no text message, nothing. Just I look at my phone, I got 3 emails. He's like, hey, I need these songs mixed. I'm like, I got you. And I'm like, yo, they're crazy. But I had him and my other boy come through together, and we made a fucking banger. Like I was like, and at one point I think I was like, I had a cold or something, so I was real chilling, and luckily my other boy knows how to run the programs and all that. And so he sat there and did it, and I was just watching. Literally just watching. And I was like, yo, this is so nice just to like knowing even just knowing I put these two together.
For sure.
I was like, I'm just watching.
For sure. That shit is like, it's everything. Because it's like, you can see like, just the things you manifest come into play. So I'm going to keep referring to this year because I'm heavy on, my foot is on the gas. I feel like I deserve it. I'm not like, I think a lot of things too, as far as like why it was a gap in between like me dropping 2016 to now. One, it was like a lot of personal family shit going on at the time. And a lot of that type of stuff going on. And I just really needed to own this shit. Like, sometimes you tell somebody you rap, it's like, man, another rapper, bro. You get that a lot. And it's like, I wasn't always owning this shit. Like I would just, I know I'm dope as fuck. I know I can deliver, but it's like I wasn't like, damn, I rap. But now it's like that shit is when you approach me, this is what you get. Like, and this is who I am. Like I am within this music shit now, and it's like I'm not shying away from it no more.
Well, I was gonna say, listening to your stuff, I've never felt like you didn't think you rap.
Yeah.
Like genuinely. Like, even especially Lost Summer specifically, because like you said, I think whether or not you may have needed that gap. Because what was it, 3 years or 4?
Bro, it was like 4.
4? But,
and they're 5.
But that progression from the Genesis to Lost Summer, like even production-wise, is crazy.
Yeah. I wasn't writing within that time period either. Well, I would write. I would start, get like half songs. And my cousin is like a big critic for me. But he's real. Like, I know it's coming from like a genuine space. He used to be like, man, stop playing me like these voice memos and go record. Like, I'm not trying to hear that shit.
I want to hear the real shit.
I want to hear the real shit. Like, I can't slide to these voice memos. So I'm like, damn. So I start a song and I just move on to the next shit or move on to the next thing.
It's funny you say that. I had a brief little stint here in the last few months. I was like, feeling stuck. You record so much and you not overdo it, but it's like sometimes I gotta take a different approach to the music. Yeah. And I'll like step away, like try to make some beats here and there rather than like trying to write.
For sure.
Because writing, man, I get stuck sometimes.
That's what I'm getting into now is production. Mm-hmm. So I've been like with the Lost Summer, the Fallen track. That's one that I started like as far as production.
Hell yeah.
So that's like I'm trying to work into that space slowly but surely. I'm not going to like rush myself into like doing everything.
Whenever it comes comfortable, it'll work.
Yeah. So like this project I'm working on now is like a lot of it is starting off with just like the strength of my production.
Hell yeah.
Trying to get shit going. So I'm excited about that type shit.
And that's so nice when you listen to it too, knowing that like, cause that HWGA song on 336, I produced that. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I've had a few people be like, yo, like my boy, when he shot the video for, we did some photo shoots with this girl, Alex Benson. She's great. She does crazy film work. But, when we did the video, he was doing like a quick little promo and he was like, listen to the song. And he's like, hey, I need that instrumental. And I was like, which one? He's like, the HWGA. He's like, that one specifically. And I've heard a bunch of people say like, yo, that beat's fire. Yeah. And I was like, and it's nice when you look at that song as a whole, you're like, literally this whole song is mine.
For sure. Yeah, that's a different feeling.
Like not only is that I write the lyrics, like, I made this beat, like this is my song. Yeah,
I would love to work towards that space of just being able to like put the whole shit together, start to finish. That's something I'm working towards, and I just got a new laptop. My laptop that I had before was a bitch.
Need one. I need one.
I just got a new laptop, and I just been trying to work, man. So my voice memos got like my next 3 projects in them. I was like,
I know walking up here, you were like talking about you got not scrapped one, but you were like, I put it in the tuck for a while now because you got this new one coming.
Not even so much of like just by force. It's just like sometimes like because a lot of the shit I'll be making, bro, it'd be like from a real personal, real space. So a lot of the content I was talking about, I was like, I don't really want to put this out yet.
That's fair.
It's not always good to your team or whoever you're working with, because like, damn, we've been working to get this out. But it's like I just be praying and hoping that they trust my instinct.
That's what the other thing is. Like, you gotta have people around you that like trust me. Like, not I trust me. Like, I trust you. Like, be honest, and we gonna we just need to hold it.
It's hard though, man, because it's like everybody can't see the visions you got. Even like if they on your team, or even if they're like right here with you every day, they can't see the things. So that's like a part of like a big thing for me this year. I keep going back this year.
No, like, dude, I feel like 2022 for a lot of people is a pass or fail year, essentially. Not saying like you're gonna stop, but it's like this is the momentum.
My shit just like, I'm not saying shit is about to go jump crazy this year, but this shit is gonna get the wheels.
This turning. This is that foundation right here.
Yeah, we gonna just get I'm looking at it like that. We getting the wheels turning, and yeah, man, it's like big thing of me this year, and it's on my if you look at my Instagram or Twitter, whatever, in the bio, it don't say rapper this or none of that. All it says is proof of concept. And all of that saying is like, I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about. Like, I'm gonna show you that I know what I'm talking about, so that when it comes time for me to link up with an artist, when I'm in my executive position, you can see from my story and learn from my story and apply. I can help you apply it to what you got going on. So that's where I'm at with a proof of concept.
Well, this is back to the whole talking about like real instances and stuff like that. I feel like as someone who's like, not necessarily up and coming, but like when you're starting out, when you're rapping about, like you said, like I don't rap about foreign cars and stuff like that. Like, people, don't get me wrong, like people enjoy hearing that stuff like that. But it's like, if you can write that more personal stuff that people can physically relate to,
for sure,
you're way more likely to capture them, because they're like, damn, I feel that. Like, damn, I've done, like, that's happened to me.
Yeah.
And people are way more active with what you're saying.
For sure. I say before that Roll Bounce show, I was talking to the homies and I was like, I'm gonna attack their heart. Cause I know I didn't know what anybody.
Oh, your song selections, cause you played 4, right?
Yeah, I did 4.
Your 4 were perfect. Yeah. I wouldn't have picked any other songs.
Cause I was just like, so I got like some vibey shit, and I'm like, it feel nice outside. Everybody might want vibe.
It was a great day.
I was like, I feel like everybody gonna be on this type time. Like, let me change. Like, I feel like let me just change the whole like feel out.
Did you change your lineup at all?
Nah.
Okay, I was just curious, cause I wondered if you like woke up and think like, yo, this I need to change it. Okay.
Nah, I feel so confident being different. So like, I know everybody gonna be out here like extra vibey, extra like cool, whatever. But I like, that's cool, but nobody out here know me. I gotta do something that's gonna be like, yo, who the fuck is this? That's why
that was me.
That's why it made sense to get down in the bowl when nobody was in the bowl. That's why it made sense to get personal when nobody was at the time was doing like no personal shit. Like, if you listen to the project, and it's a track on there called "Don't Go," man, that shit is like mad personal, and that's something I performed out there. It's not a song where people will bounce around to. It's like, oh, you
listening though?
Yeah, and that's all I want. Even to this point, you gotta hear me.
Dude, that's what. No, yeah, that was literally. I was like, yeah, like literally, I remember watching you go up and like getting ready, and I hadn't thought anything of it. And then when you got in the ball, I was like, okay. And then you started playing songs. I was like, yo, what the fuck? That chorus on Jaded though is what got me.
Yeah.
That chorus on Jaded is what got me. I was like, damn, okay, I gotta listen to this.
Different.
Yeah, so Lost Summer, I'm trying to see my notes here. Yeah, so like I was telling my buddy this the other day too. So Lost Summer found like it sounded like to me, especially like talking about that gap, like you found a pocket. Not trying to put you in a box, like you already said. I'm not trying to put you in a box. But like you felt your shift not only musically, but like as a whole project was so much more comfortable.
For sure.
Like, yeah. So tell me, like, because all the songs aren't similar, but they're similar. I don't want to say tone either, but like I feel like I'm not listening to a mix. Like I said, it's not a mixtape. It is a project. Like, this is a whole piece, start to finish. Like, I feel like I'm listening to a project.
For sure.
So, talk about process behind that, picking beats,
Man, the crazy thing with that project,
that's my
bro.
fault. I got you.
All of those beats and everything was from scratch. We did everything from scratch, yeah. So it wasn't a thing of like, I like this beat. That's why sometimes too with my process it takes a little longer, because we really sit down and like map the shit out from start all the way to finish. It's it's a little harder that way sometimes
But
because
it makes the project better.
it makes a project better. But you know, you get that listen-itis. I done heard this song 30 million
Dude,
times.
That second project I did, I didn't even listen to it when it came out. I was like,
Yeah.
I cannot listen to this anymore.
Yeah, that's a big reason why I tuck what I just was working on because like I done heard it's dope shit, but I just heard it so many times and I got new ideas, I got new waves and new flows. So that process was long because we just scrapping everything from beginning. So it wasn't a thing of like picking songs or like you know how you make a certain amount of songs you're gonna pick from it. It wasn't that like every song we recorded
Was for
that's
it.
a lie. Some of the songs didn't make it on there.
But
It's tough.
but you made them in tune to be on there.
For sure. Yeah, man, that process is grueling.
But I feel like that's what makes it a project. Because
Yeah.
like I mean, like I wish I had more of that. Like I wish I had more of like, you know, having a producer in here, having an engineer separate,
sure.
and being able to like, hey, like let's build this from scratch. Like let's like we know the mood. Like I've heard Mick Jenkins talk about that Water album, and he said I literally sent producers. It was like I want water, whatever beat you got that reminds you of water. He's like that's what I want.
Wow.
And so I was like, in the whole song, like you don't realize it, or like not realizing in the moment. But now, if you go back and listen to it, every song has got like a water feel to it.
Yeah.
And it's so crazy.
Crazy you said that. I'll give you some insight to my upcoming project.
Okay.
So how you just said like every song has to have water. Every song in his new project is Western.
Western, like
Yeah.
like Western, like cowboy.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay.
I'm going there.
Dude, you just completely threw me for a loop. Now I have no idea what to expect.
Yeah. Nah. It's
Damn, that's crazy though. I like that idea.
Ah, man.
I love a good Western
I'm
too.
excited too, man. It's like it's different. Like you didn't. Of course, I'm still new, so you haven't.
Yeah.
You don't know what the fuck I could do at this.
You
point.
still early enough that you can do that though.
Yeah.
Like no one has any idea what to expect from
Yeah.
you. So you have that.
I'll give you the
comfort
project title too. It's gonna be called Before It's Too Late.
Okay.
Before It's Too Late, and still trying to figure out how many I want to give y'all. I think we could do anything. We
Yeah.
could take it to 10. We could take it to 5, 2-packs.
So this is more of an opinion. What's your comfortable track record? Like if you, not even just you, but like if you're waiting, like you're wanting an art, like an artist you listen to, what's your expectation on album length?
Man, want me to keep it a buck?
Yeah.
13 songs.
No more, no less? Or
I listen to like the 20 packs, but if you want me, cause it's like it's so much music that drops. I like a strong 13 songs is like fire for me.
how long lengthwise? Can vary. I guess it just depends on the
it could-
song.
yeah, it could
Because some
vary.
people got some like long songs,
Yeah,
and
for
they're
sure.
good. But like
sure.
some people got some short ones and they're banging.
For sure.
Okay.
I'm into that. It's just like it just gotta make sense. Like I don't really care for too much of like we're just trying to add these songs for streams because I know that's the game now. But it's like yeah, man, I love a good 13, 14 track album because like
Damn, you must not like Isaiah Rashad then.
no, oh man,
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
But
so his shit is like 18
But
every time.
I think for people like Isaiah, like he didn't drop in so long,
5 years.
So I gotta give you like 18. But
That's
like,
fair. Because I
say
know
somebody like I can't really think off the top of my head how many songs he had, but like somebody like let me see, I'm about to look this up on the fly. I don't think a lot of people even listen to Bro as they should. You go to somebody like a J-Rock
Okay.
on the Redemption
Dude,
album.
Redemption's fire.
That was 15 songs.
People
though.
slept on that album.
That was 15 songs, and we
Dude,
already heard.
that beat on the Bloodiest.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Is it worth it?
Hey, J-Rock, bro, that project is classic for me. Like visuals,
Fire. Dude, that
as
song
fuck.
that one song, not the Win. I got tired of Win because I guess got overplayed.
Yeah.
Because every sports channel was fucking playing
That's
it.
what we want though.
Yeah, I know.
Play that shit.
That other one, the two they did, it was literally just Kendrick and J-Rock freestyling back
Yeah.
and forth. That video was crazy.
For sure.
And it was nothing but them under a street light.
For sure.
Like dancing.
Bro, TDE, I feel like they have like their
Dude, they have-
creative direction is like amazing. Me and my homie
So good.
Jashini talk about that. Like every artist from TDE has like fire ass visuals. And that's the type of thing.
And it fits them.
Yeah.
Like it's never like I've never seen SZA put out a video that doesn't look like a SZA video.
For sure.
Same thing with Isaiah Rashad. Like that Headshots video was crazy.
Yeah.
Did Mez Air shoot that?
I'm not sure.
I know he was there, but because like, his shit's been crazy lately. Because he did the Headshots, and I know he helped with that one with YG Tut.
Yeah.
That video was cool
Mez
too.
He's going crazy too.
Dude, he just like does he still make music?
That's what I'm about to say.
Okay.
He makes fire ass music and just jumps in a creative director bag. But I like that about him though, because like, and that's kind of the space I like to be in. Like, you can't just box me into being an artist, or I could do more than sing and rap on these songs, man. Like, I got ideas to put this shit.
That's how I've been feeling lately, especially because the whole money thing is like, I'm tired of waiting on myself to get money. So I'm like, all right, well, I'm gonna learn how to do it. Because my buddy Raekwon, the dude, I don't know if you see my Be Me video. Okay, so Raekwon, I've been working with him. He's got a single coming out in a little bit. I'm not gonna give a date because we're still working on it. But I did some promo shots for him, and I literally moved this stuff, hung up a white sheet, and did all the lights and everything, and we shot like a promo clip right here. It's only like a minute long, but it's exactly what I was wanting to do, and I got just fucking get tired of waiting.
For sure.
And I'm like, well, I'm just gonna do it myself.
That's definitely a dope thing to like just to be able to get active and do it yourself,
and I think it helps in other like. There'll be a time where I'm not making music. All right, well, let me go shoot something real quick, and then I come back. Music's already. It's like I never left.
Yeah. So it's like that. It's just new ways to express yourself in this shit, man. And my thing too, I'm pretty big on tapping in with like different creators, like my boy King Ket. That's my homie. Before
dude, his shots. I scrolled through his Instagram when I found him, and some of his headshots are crazy.
Hell
like so clean.
Man, I be so hyped for my dog, man, because it's like we started when we first linked up, me and bro. We met at our first job was Bojangles. We both was like
to shout out Bojangles.
Our first when I got hired, he got hired. We're in like the motherfucking training together type shit.
Oh, y'all were from the get go.
Yeah, that's like my dog from like the rip, and to be able to see my homie on some shit where like that's his shit, and like really like that owning thing of like how the same way I gotta own like me doing music, the way that bro is able to own himself doing the film, photography and shit like that, bro, it's amazing to see, and that shit inspires me to be like, all right, man, I'm
my
ready
turn.
I'm ready to get going so that now I could throw you more oops and we could keep going, cause bro, I be so happy to see my dogs win and just doing shit, like, not just doing shit like to get away from like just the working 9 to 5 shit.
Like being able to put money into their own and get money back from it.
And to be able to do like the shit you just want to do, man. That's like the biggest thing with like this music shit for me. Like, yeah, I want to be lit. I want to be lit for myself. I could see myself having nice things, but bro, to be able to give those opportunities is like the biggest thing for me. Like, I want to be able to see my sister doing some shit she want to do.
That shit, yeah.
I want to be able to see my cousin doing whatever he want to do. Like, that's the thing that I'm like really pushing for. And that's why I treat the music so delicate. Yeah. Because like I know what it can turn into if it's done right. And that's like the biggest thing. I get so happy about seeing everybody else like turning.
Nah, dude, that's so nice to hear though, because it's like you're not doing it for just you.
Yeah,
you're doing it for more than yourself, and I feel like that's what keeps people in. Because I mean, like 2016 to like 2022, a lot of people would have stopped.
Yeah,
but it's like that drive to knowing what you have, and that drive to be like, I know I can do it with this, and then you have, like you say, like Ket, dude, he's right there.
Yeah,
and it's like, even if you had a low point, you see Ket popping, like, all right, we're good. Like, we're good.
Yeah, for sure.
And just feeding off of that.
For sure. We definitely got that type of relationship where bro can hit me about anything, and we gonna sit there and rap about it. We gonna laugh, nigga. If you gotta cry, go ahead, cry. Like, for real. It just to that point, bro. It's just like that's my dog, my bro, and whatever you need, bro. I'm here. Whatever I need, he there. Like, I seen bro get his first apartment type shit, and that inspired me to get my first apartment. So it's like,
you're right, yeah,
that type of thing. And so think that, but on a bigger scale.
It's just nothing. It's nowhere to go but up.
For sure. So I think about doing a lot of things as far like visually, and like I be thinking films, like short film. I actually wrote a short film.
Dude, I'm about to say, I was like, I would love to see you in a short film, because I think you got that. Not only that drive, but like you said, like you want to have that creative part, like that creative touch on your own things.
I wrote one out, man.
You working on it, or is it
man, that shit is written out like a whole film.
Damn, really?
It's written out in my phone.
Hell yeah.
But the thing is, with that funding, you got to find the right people to be a part of it.
Because especially when you want a short film like that, you got to get the right people to make it work the way you want it to work.
So that's been like the biggest hang up with it, and that kind of hung up like some of the recording process as well. So talking to Ket, me and him, we just how can we do that? But let's simplify it.
Has he shot any film, like short films of any sort?
Not video yet.
Okay, I was curious because I feel like I
Yeah.
saw something, but I don't know if it was. I think it might have just been like a behind the scenes kind of
Yeah.
thing. Okay.
When you go to the gram, hit him up and tell him get a video.
Okay.
Tell him get on his video shit, please.
Okay.
Tell him he got to hear some because I could tell him all
All
day,
day.
but
Get
tell
used
him,
to it now.
Yeah, tell him video.
Okay.
And be like,
I'll
oh
have to hit-
shit.
Yeah, because like some of those headshots, dude. If he had done like even just like a short little 15-second clip on those things, I think it'd been fire.
Yeah. Homie's a genius, man.
But yeah, I mean, dude, we basically already talked about half the songs I want to talk about at this point. You already talked about "Don't Go." So "Don't Go," so that was a little different than some of the other ones. So yeah, talk about that. Like, what happened to make you want to do that one?
So, "Don't Go" is the reason why there was a like a gap with them making music.
Fair enough.
So moving from Delaware, my mom is my best friend for real. Like on every level. Like I could talk to my mom about anything. And like my mom, she's my mom, but at the same time, she's like, that's my dog. Like I feel like that's like the only person in this world that really understand me. And when I like sometimes I have crazy thoughts, it's like crazy ideas, and you tell people your ideas and thought like, yo, this dude is crazy as fuck.
But it's just going over their head.
Yeah, but when I talk to my mom, it's like she's like aligned with me. Like my mom is like when I was playing football and shit like that. Naturally, I wasn't like when I first started playing. I wasn't even like I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. My mom taught me my playbook. Like
hell yeah,
she was like, you're the X. You got to do this and shit like that. Like that's my type of mom. She like locked in with me. So like she always instilled like confidence in me. When I was a kid, I didn't have too much confidence. I'm the baby, so like I was the baby of the family at the time, so I was just like the baby. I just like I don't know if I could. She would always instill like, no, you could do that, and I want you to pop your shit when you score your touchdowns. When you tackle somebody, talk your shit like she like my mom like real aggressive like so she so man I was working overnight and it was Cinco de Mayo a couple years ago, I think like 2017 like. Kind of right after I did the project and got into like the music bag, I got to work. I went on my lunch break. We couldn't take our phones in there and shit. And I go to my phone, man, and getting hella calls and texts, like over 50 calls, like
Jesus,
mad calls and texts and shit like that. Talk about come to the hospital. My mom had a stroke.
Oh damn!
Out of the blue, like before I went to work, me and my mom laughing about like. This one, KD, around the time KD, I think, traded.
I did the whole Warriors
so we
thing.
was laughing at, like, the Bleacher Report. They're funny as fuck because their edits.
Oh, they dog everybody.
Yeah, their edits are, like, funny as fuck. So we was laughing about that. Then, next thing you know, my mom had a stroke, and I get to the hospital. My sister had found her in the crib. And my mom was, like, fairly young and still now and at the time. So she wasn't, like, no drugs or nothing to influence a stroke. It's just, like, really just out the blue type shit.
This is crazy. I had a buddy, I think his dad or something had a heart attack, like 32.
Yeah, so it's just sick, man. Like we got hit with the option of like so when you have a stroke, they could give you like it's like I think like a Tylenol or something like that nature. If you take it within a certain window, it could kind of offset the stroke. But nobody could pinpoint when it happened because nobody was like there. Nobody. So we opted for it not to be that, and it's been since then just been like recovery and just trying to life changing shit, like from having your best friend to like. Now you by yourself, and you gotta like figure out life. At the time too, I was still like I was growing up. I'm like 21, 22.
I was young.
I'm still a kid at this point, and like I've always been having to grow up a little faster. But this is where it's like you gotta do it now, and I wasn't ready for that at the time period. It was hard, bro. Just trying to be an adult as a kid and trying to like figure shit out and seeing nobody got sympathy for your situation either.
Dude, and that's another thing that's crazy is like you get in those situations where it's like you really figure out like, who's going to back me up kind of thing.
Yeah, it's crazy too because it have you looking at family different. It have you looking at that's why going back to a song like Smile and thinking about that time period is so crazy because it's like years now, it's like that's not the vibe. Yeah. It is like so going into Don't Go. Crazy thing with that song, bro, we started putting this song together, like the beats started coming together, and like all the hooks for this shit, and like most of the Lost Summer wasn't like written out, like the verses, like all the hooks and all that were just like
created, yeah.
So we started putting together the beat, and I started, so I started singing that, and then like her talking on the song. That's my mom talking on the song.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Before her stroke type shit. My mom was like real fiery. Of course, the stroke naturally she's not like as turned, but she was fiery as fuck, and she was talking about a situation about my cousin. He was just getting out like jail type shit, like different sex shit going on, and I would record her sometimes so she could hear herself like how amped and fired.
Dude, I love like shit like that. Yeah. Like I had two of my first project on SoundCloud. I have 2 voice memos. That was literally me and my family. I got my cousin, my brother real close, and we were smoking at the time. And I literally just like had my phone playing in my pocket. I didn't tell them. Yeah. And we just talking, and they're funny ass cut ups. Because like it's real conversation.
Exactly. Now I would record my mom so she just would get fired up, man. Like my mom is like real like she was real vibrant, and it's infectious.
I was just about to say, I was like, dude, that's like so infectious to have around you.
Yeah. So for that to be like taken out was like you know, like you play Xbox and back in the day, and then like the battery pack come out, the controller not running,
just pulls the cord from you.
My mom was my battery pack, so I wasn't really like motivated to do a lot after that shit. Like I didn't understand like purpose why, like this lady that does everything for everybody. She could be like, my mom could be an asshole, but at the same time, she's like, she's the shit. Like, why did something like this can happen to somebody like that at such a young age with so much going on, so much to live for? So it kind of put me at a space of like, I ain't want too much. I didn't want to do the music because I didn't feel the need to get rich or get like get on, because who the fuck was I?
You're not doing
like I was telling you earlier. Like my passion is for this shit. Really, it's like be able to create opportunity and give. But it's like, who the fuck am I giving to?
When
I was a kid, I always talked to my mom of like, I'm gonna buy you that big ass house. My mom's like, and I need that chinchilla fur. Peter don't come for us. But she said I want the big ass steps and shit like that. Like, and as a kid, I was like, yo, I'm gonna do it. Like that was my shit. So to lose that type of like drive, like fuck, who am I doing this shit for? So it really had to be a thing of like, self-love had to grow, and like I can't really try to get it from somebody else. I gotta find it within myself. So going into Don't Go, I just started putting together the hook. It came out of nowhere, like what the fuck? That shit felt so godly because it's like the hooks are coming together. Then I'm going through my phone, just voice memos. I'm like, oh shit, what the fuck? I played it. I'm like, yo,
it's perfect.
And I was already talking about like the fire and shit like that. And if you listen to what she say on the song, she's like, stay away from that fire. That fire is hot. And
shit.
It made sense. Like, what? I'm like, oh shit. Like, I damn near shed a tear in the studio. Like, god damn. Like, that shit was like, shit was crazy. So that's why I like. But it's like those aren't the songs that you're gonna hear on the radio.
Yeah, but those but they're not. But those are the ones you gonna go back to.
Yeah, those are the ones that I'll be like, all right.
So favorite song on Lost Summer?
I don't know. Nah, for damn, that shit changed.
Well, actually, let's do it like this. If you had to pick one off of there for people to go to,
everybody likes Jaded though, man. I think
Jaded's
just
good
bars,
as fuck.
but I think
aside from Jaded,
one that I feel like you gotta be really tapped in is Nobody's Perfect.
Okay,
that shit gives me like, it makes me think of like Usher for some reason, like Caught Up Usher. For some reason, when I was making that song, I kept like my shit would be on shuffle and that song would keep coming on. And, like it just gives me that vibe. But like I want to see people dance to this. Like I got a homegirl, she did a skate video
to that.
Yeah, I'll show you that. But she did a video skating, like she like really skating to the song. And I'm like, damn, this is what I envisioned. Like I want people to like, I don't want to just make shit now. Now I'm at a point where it's like, all right, I'm figuring out how I can still be like personal, but how can it be a bop? How can it be something to get people moving? And
it's like adding that extra step to it.
Yeah. So that's like, I feel like where I'm growing now is like we making songs, but I can still throw that shit in there to be like, oh, are you talking about something?
Well, hell yeah, Don. That's what's up. Appreciate that one.
Yeah.
All right, so the last one I'll do, because I was scrolling, I dove into your Twitter because I was curious.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, I got nothing. I don't have
Twitter is amazing, man.
Dude.
I feel like I don't get off enough on there because it's just like, half time on Twitter you be talking to yourself.
Oh yeah. But that's the best part.
But I want to get more into like really. I be having some crazy thoughts and tweets.
Power's Pleasant. Who's that?
What do you know about Powers?
I don't, because that's why I was lost. I should have. I didn't dive into him specific because you tagged him.
What
But
he
you
say?
said
What he
you
say?
said got the beat by Powers, and we just made a banger.
Got to beat by Powers, and we just made a banger. So Powers Pleasant, he's part of Pro Era.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
say less.
Yeah, he's part of Pro Era. I'm one of them guys, man. I've been listening to music and shit. Seeing them dudes do it at an early age too.
Dude, their come up is crazy.
Before I even was like rapping, I was rapping, but before I was laying shit down,
Yeah.
I was watching like a Joey Badass, a Capital Steez, Lil Snoop.
They're crazy. I saw you big Meek fan.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Dude, Lil Snoop is
Meek
nice.
is hometown for us, bro. In Delaware, like Philly is like damn near down the street.
Mm-hmm.
So I remember Meek CDs like as a diss CD with Meek Mill written on it.
Damn.
With it saying like Flamers 1, this is the mixtape. It wasn't no streaming, so like this is
it. Like
how
this
you
is
hear
it.
And since that time period, like you would hear Meek bumping throughout this. Like Meek, he got the city in a headlock. People try to like stir away from it now because it's just been on top for so long. So it's just been like, all right, we want new flows, but like Meek is that dude,
Meek,
bro.
Dread, dude. When he had his cornrows,
Yeah.
oh my god,
Yeah, Meek
he had
is
different level.
Yeah.
Hearing like I love I hate that he just cut that stuff with Knowledge.
Oh yeah.
I was like, man, that was
crazy thing is I posted a thing on my story like I posted one of the Knowledge tracks with Meek the day before that.
Really?
Happened.
And then they got taken off.
I think it's still on there.
Oh, are they still on there?
Okay. I think because he's not doing it no more.
Oh, okay.
But,
so basically cease and desist. Some shit like that.
But I posted that like the day before, and then the next day I see like an article talking about it. I'm like, fuck.
Dude, because I thought that was such a good play.
Yeah.
Like if Meek had endorsed that, even just a little bit, oh man.
You know, it's like, bro, going back to that thing again, like sometimes people just don't understand.
They don't.
Because they just see it like, this person might be taken from me.
They biting from me. I gotta find that one I was looking for. There's like one.
But Powers Pleasant, I go back to
him.
Shout
Go back to
bro.
that.
He's a producer out of Pro Era, and he's cool as fuck, man. Shout out to Powers. But that's his producer tag too. Got the beat by Powers, and we just made a banger.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Okay.
So he works with I fuck with Flatbush Zombies, and
Dude, Flatbush is.
I'm tapped in with
I
all
love
them
Flatbush.
dudes. The Underachievers, they were fire.
Never really got super into them. I know a few tracks by them, but I never really got super into them. But I mean, they go hand in hand with Flatbush.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, that 3001 Laced Odyssey, I thought that was crazy.
Dude, I'm about to show you something real quick. If I could pull it up real fast.
You good? I'm gonna say I got.
Me and the homie Cat, we went to a Joey show and we made it into the fucking vlog, man.
I fucking so like 3 years ago, I think Logic came to Red Hat, and like don't get me wrong, I think Logic's fire. I think he's got some crazy flows, stuff like that. His old stuff, he's kind of like hopped out of it now.
Yeah, for sure.
But his old stuff, I was like, yo, this shit's nice. But he was coming, and Joey was supposed to open for him, and I was like, I will gladly pay. I got pit seats because I was like, I want to see Joey.
Yeah.
And he ended up doing. Did you know that was the same week of that eclipse?
Okay.
And remember, he fucked up his eyes.
Yeah,
and so he didn't come.
Wow.
I was so mad, dog.
I go to hella shows, but it's like damn, I go to hella shows. Well, I don't forget where I was trying to take it, but damn. But yeah, me and bro, we made it into a Joey vlog. I'll send it to you once.
Yeah, please. I was about to say I want to see.
It's funny though. But yeah, we go to hella shows, man.
I'm trying to find this link because I know I gotta wait. We just send music back and forth, and it's gonna bother me. Oh, okay, yeah. That same old Meek song, that one of him. Oh, it's off.
It's off?
Yeah, that one's not on there anymore.
I know, man. It sucks.
It's the Meek Volume 6.
Yeah, it sucks.
Damn. But yeah, okay, so my last thing, I just wrote down a handful of specific people or specific things, and I just want to hear your take on them.
Before
Go
Logic,
ahead.
well, I want to give one second with Logic. His track Anxiety.
Great.
One of my favorite songs. And I don't listen to a lot of Logic, but that song in particular.
That was the Everybody album, wasn't it?
Yeah, I gotta shout him out for that because that song is like, after through that little period where I wasn't
that's about
making
right.
music.
That's like almost same time, isn't it?
Around that time I wasn't making music. That's something that I had to face, of the anxiety and different shit, depressions and shit like that. So when I heard that song, he kind of put it like he made it sound so beautiful. I could just say that.
He makes good music, man. I hate that people really don't rock with him that much anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah, his old shit. I mean, but he has the right to do that now. I mean, he chills. Yeah. He's chilling now.
For sure. Shout out to Elijah, man. Anxiety.
But yeah. Okay. So back to these points I want to talk about. Patrick Mahomes.
My homeboy.
Dude, I seen you a huge Chiefs fan. Is your background? Got the Chiefs background already.
Check this out. I've been a Chiefs fan, bro, since I was like 6 years old.
Why? Why Chiefs?
I'm gonna tell you why. Because in Delaware, we don't have a team. My dad's from Philly. So he and I grew up like I love football. That was like my first love for sure. Besides my mama, shout out to my mama. But football was like everything, and so when I started playing, my dad used to be like, "Yo, watch the position you play."
What'd you play? I mean, I
used to play running back. I used to play linebacker.
You got that linebacker build for sure.
I was a linebacker when I was a kid. I was way chubbier then. I was like a little.
Weren't we all?
Yeah, I was a little chubby kid.
I was a chubby one.
Yeah.
In middle school, and then I shot up like 6 inches, and then I was a fucking stick.
Got on some weed, shit like that.
So dang, I ain't hungry no more.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, man, I was playing football, and then my dad was watch your favorite position, and of course I would see like the Brian Westbrooks, and but I couldn't be an Eagles fan because my dad, I just seen so much pain from him watching the Eagles.
Dude, Eagles fans is a tough crowd to be around.
Yeah, and my dad, he listens to like, what is it, like AM radio, like sports radio. So we'll be in a car ride, and then people just calling in dissing the Eagles, like Eagles fans dissing the Eagles.
It's like Knicks fans, huh? Actually, I take it back. Knicks fans are ride or die.
Yeah,
I will say that.
Eagles fans, they ride or die, but they are like tough critics, man.
But okay,
so
back to Kansas.
I couldn't be an Eagles fan because I'm like, I can't go through that pain. Like my dad is like sitting here damn near in tears because
watching his Eagles lose.
They'll be good. They have good players, but they just be fucking up. My favorite color is red. I started watching Priest Holmes.
Oh shit!
Priest Holmes was like
Tony Gonzalez.
Yo, but Priest Holmes what got me first.
Okay.
Yo, this dude is like shifty as fuck. Like he just.
Oh, he was different.
The way that he ran the ball just was like, man. And he would jump over the line. So Priest Holmes is what reeled me in. Then I started seeing like a Dante Hall. I started seeing a Priest Holmes. And then it's just different players and shit like that. So I really dived in with the team to the point where I'm like, I'm already thinking about who we gonna draft in the next draft. Like I remember the 1 year, like it was a couple years in a row, I knew exactly who we were gonna draft.
Really? That's crazy.
Like I would say, like Dexter McCluster was coming out of Ole Miss, and I'm like, we finna get Dexter McCluster. We got Dexter McCluster. Who else was DeAnthony Thomas was coming out? I'm like, we finna get DeAnthony Thomas. And it's like,
that's crazy.
So if like, crazy thing now is like when you look at our team, we have like those type of players.
Oh yeah.
But it's like now you're seeing the products of it like working.
Oh so yeah, Travis Kelce, he saved my fantasy team this year.
Teams like that, and yeah. So it's deep. So and I always got to give you a real story.
Yeah.
My uncle was a Raiders fan.
Okay.
It's crazy how I became a Chiefs fan. Raiders Chiefs rivalry. Me and my uncle, we had like this. He was like, my dad is my dad, but my uncle was like, that was my idol for real. Cause he just was like the master of cool. Like
that's how my uncle was. My dad wasn't around much, and then he died. He passed away when I was like 12. But my uncle kind of stepped into that role real briefly, even though he had 2 kids already. But yeah, so he's just like always been that cool uncle. For and sure. I was like, yo, like this is if I gotta grow up. I said that's it's like if I gotta be an adult, that's what I want to be.
That's definitely how I see my uncle. He just was like the master of cool. Like everybody loved this dude, and the way he took care of the family. Like, the way people in our family could rely on him for different shit. I was like, I could see that being, like, the role I want to be in. And kind of now it's been feeling like that. So, he was a Raiders fan. We would go back and forth. We were both trash, but we were in the battle of the bums at that
point. Not
now. But then, like, Chiefs weren't winning a lot. We were, like, 2-14 in, like, a couple years, 4-12 and shit like that. So, it wasn't, like, popular being a Chiefs fan at the time. And my uncle, he
especially in Delaware.
Yeah, in Delaware. So nobody's a Chiefs fan at this point. I don't know any Chiefs fan at this point. And my uncle, he wound up getting cancer, colon cancer, and it wound up spreading throughout his body.
Damn.
So around the same time period, my aunt got killed. So like that's why it kind of like
the build up,
the things happened for us to move out the city type shit. So on my uncle's deathbed, he was talking to he was you know, everybody know it's coming close. He's talking to everybody like different times, like talking to him. So it's my turn to go in there. I used to be a cry baby, man. And my uncle, because I was the baby.
Yeah.
And I was just naturally just a cry baby.
Yeah, you just.
But I was bad as shit, but I would always be crying. Like, and then my uncle be like, yo, man, you a chump. I don't want no chumps around me. So I would get the tears out my eyes. I'm not a chump, man. I'm cool. I could hang. So when I see him in the hospital, I'm like crying, boo-hooing. And he start crying like, yo, man, you got to chill. Like, get that crying. So you got me crying now. So we get our tears together. And he was like, yo, man, I'm proud of you for all these years sticking with that bum-ass team. It is on his deathbed.
Yeah, I was about to say. I was like, this is the last things.
He just was like, I'm still crying, but we start laughing now. Like, damn, like you stuck with that bum-ass team all these years, man. No matter what, don't change your team. Stay with your team. Man. They gonna bless you. So when you say Patrick Mahomes, he's a blessing.
Got that chip too.
He's a blessing, man. So yeah.
So next one I had was Meek Mill, which we've already talked about that one.
Meek Mill.
070 Shake.
You think so hoe hurt.
Well, okay, so it was funny because I found her and I laughed because I had listened to her. This was before the whole Kanye thing. When she got on that Ye album.
Yeah.
She did that. She did a Bryson Tiller remix. Dude, that Don't remix is so good. And I heard that, and that's what made me like start listening to them specifically. But I was like, yo, crazy.
That's one of my favorite artists and people. I love the way that she thinks, man, because it's like I just feel like she's like a loving person. Like I feel like she doesn't have like she doesn't judge anybody. Like the way she talks. Like if you ever listen to her interview,
I know I need to listen to her interview.
Yeah.
I've never like dove down into her into her discography or anything.
So with Shake, man, I went to before COVID hit or right when it was getting popping. I drove out to Philly. I went to her show out there.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So it was 070 Shake and 0705. And
I know. Forget they're like a little collective.
Yeah. So I went to the show and nobody wanted to go to the show because of course nobody knows Shake. But I get there and it's mad people. Shit sold out front to back. And I just happen to be in the front. And with shows, like, you know, performing and going to shows, you connect with hella people.
Always. I met like 2 people at the Isaiah Rashad show that I linked up with on Instagram.
I meet hella people at shows.
I just be getting, like, that's that whole roll bounce. That was half the reason I went to roll bounce. I literally had to go and then leave for work knowing I had to leave. Yeah. And I was like, I'm still going to go for 2 hours.
That's something I look forward to when it's time for me to put together my own shows. Like, the type of people I could get into the crowd. Because, like, me and Kat, we will hit shows like our first show we went to was JID, Loot, and Earth Gang.
Damn, that's a hell of a show.
In Durham, it's like
Motorco?
Yeah, early on. And like the way that we meet people at shows and like connect bonds. Like I went to Astro World in Charlotte and I got homies from just that show that I'm still tapped in with now that fuck with my music and type shit now. So
and you wouldn't have got that if you hadn't gone to the show.
For sure. So the Shake, man, Shake is like, it's like she's just so different, man. Her melodics and like she works with Mike Dean. Mike Dean is like
crazy. That's his engineering is crazy.
The god of synths. And like so I listen to this shit, I'm just like it takes me to a whole different zone and like it just put a different perspective on music. Like I feel like with a lot of the music I put out is like a lot of the shit I don't listen to. Like I don't really listen to a lot of rap.
Dude, that's literally I posted a reel that I'm trying to get more on TikTok and reel and stuff like that. Be more, like I said, visually. I want to be more around more. But I did one it's like songs I listen to versus songs I make and like complete different spectrums. But I feel like that's part of making music because it's like you can't listen to the genre you make all the time because you get it almost like hinders you because you don't have any original stuff. And like some of my old stuff, I can literally, if I listen to, I know that first project I put out on SoundCloud, it's a Higher Ground. I can almost pinpoint you the specific song that like inspired me to write that. Which looking now, I try to avoid because I don't want that direct, that something so direct to a song specific. Like, take a song, kind of spin it off a whole album or something like that. That's a little different. But yeah.
I think too with Shake is like, and the reason why I don't really listen to so much rap is because like it be common for me. Like my thoughts run wild all day long. And it's like sometimes the energy you bring into it, like if I'm listening to like some drill shit or I'm listening to like just some shit like that, I might be on that type time. It might lead me to think, not saying that all music does that, but sometimes it just ramps you up to different levels.
Well, it's like people listening to shit before they go, like, I'm sure you had your set playlist before a football game.
Yeah. So I was going, bro, I would listen to a Jeezy, I would listen to a DMX, I was listening to a 50, a Ross, because I'm coming to smack your head
Yeah,
off.
like that's what I want to hear.
For sure. So now when I'm like going throughout my day, I gotta hear some. I've been listening to this girl called beautiful woman. Her name is Amber Mark. She sings, bro. It's beautiful, and I like that type of shit. Like I can listen to like I like Shake because she reminds me of like a Sade where I could just like fall away into the music.
And you're not even listening.
I'm not even listening. It's like, and I like music too. I'm a weirdo, bro. Like as far as the music, like I like listening to music, and I could create like a whole storyline to like a certain song. Like you know, you ride in a car, passenger or driving, and you just ride. You listen to a song, you look out the window, and you're creating like a
whole new world. You just like literally as you listen to this song.
Yeah.
That's one thing I'm grateful with my girl. She listens like we don't listen to the same music at all. She's not punk rock but very alternative rock. But she has a nice blend, like falling into like she would like 070 Shake because it blends well with some of her other stuff. Like she's a big Willow fan.
I like Willow.
Have you heard of the Marias?
I haven't.
Dude, they're crazy. They just did a new album recently. It's like, literally just the Marias. I don't know if it's one person or two, but the girl's voice is crazy.
Yeah.
And it's just like so sonically, you're just like, she told me to play it. And they do a lot of like, similar to Kali Uchis does.
Yeah.
Where like she misses the Spanish a little bit in there. And they do that too. And it's just so clean. And it's like another back to where you're not listening, not only because I can't quite understand it. My Spanish is decent, but it ain't great.
Yeah.
And being able to hear it, and I'm like, I'm not listening to anything. I'm just hearing it.
For sure, man. That's like the biggest thing with music for me now is like just the feel of that shit. Like, where is this taking me? Where am I trying to take you? So that's like big deal for this coming here. Is like let's take them to a place.
What's I saying? Favorite player on the Heat?
Now?
Sure. We'll start with now. Favorite player on the Heat right now, and you can't say Jimmy Butler.
Can't say Jimmy?
Nah, because that's a go-to favorite.
I mean, I like Ty. I like Ty. I'm trying to think of like my sleeper on the Heat.
Caleb Martin. No, I'm just kidding.
I like Caleb Martin, but
Caleb's fun, dude.
I say
he put in some work this year.
I'll say this year I haven't been so locked in with the Heat.
I haven't locked in with basketball this year
because it's sad. Because I was so in tune with the Chiefs. Like I feel like
you couldn't look away this year.
Yeah, no. And we were losing and it's like the pressure was dialing up too. So I'm like, all right. Like it's feel like I'm like
It's funny you say that. I just realized this. My coworker, huge Bengals fan. Massive Bengals fan.
Well, you know what? I'm not mad at the Bengals for winning. Like, you know, like sometimes when a team win, like, man, fuck them.
That game was crazy.
I fuck with the Bengals. I feel like I'm not gonna take the credit away saying we blew it more than they won it, but I like the fact that they're in it.
Yes,
because I like Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow's great, man.
I like
crazy,
Chase.
dude. Jamar Chase, wild. My coworker, he put in a bet at the beginning of the year. Jamar Chase, rookie, offensive rookie of the year. And he damn sure about to win that shit.
Yeah. So I'm not mad at them going, and like I'm not like this team should win or this team should win, but I'm not mad at them going.
Nah.
My team, we gotta tighten up, man.
Dude,
I
that
feel
Bills
like
game.
Yeah, man.
That game was crazy. I went back, like I don't ever rarely like there's people I work at pizzeria. We watch like literally Sunday. The radio does not turn on. It's on TV. It's on football every Sunday.
For sure.
But dude, I remember we watched that game. I went back and watched after like we left. I went and watched the highlights because I was like, that shit was crazy.
Yeah. It's a lot of love football.
It's so intense.
Yeah, it's a lot
for
of
no
moments.
reason.
It's a lot of moments like that. Like take it back to Philly when they were playing against the Giants in the Meadowlands, I think. And Deshaun Jackson ran back the kick. I remember that moment watching with my dad and them getting their ass kicked and he leaving out the room, go in the kitchen reading his paper like I'm stinking Eagles.
Done.
And we're like, yo, they just scored. And
it's
he look in there, they scored again. Oh, you ain't coming back. Bro, my dad had like a little shack. He had like it was like a 2-bedroom. Man, it used to be like 10 of us in there, man. Like me and all my brothers and shit, and the whole crib was shaking, man.
Watching that shit.
Whole crib was shaking, man. It was like, that's why I fuck with football because it creates moments in your life. For real. So yeah.
Back to
for the Heat. As of right now, I'm gonna say since I haven't really been watching as much this year, I like Ty. I still fuck with Ty. Player that my original player for the Heat was D Wade. So going back, my grandfather's from Miami, like born and raised in Miami, Opelika. So naturally, like I had ties within my family to be a Heat fan, so I'm like, all right, I like the Heat. D Wade was like everything.
Oh, dude, he was that.
They used to buy me D Wade wristbands and like jerseys. My first pair of Jordans were
The D Wades.
The D Wades. I used to cop D Wades when he was with Converse.
Oh shit!
Like I was.
Damn. Okay. Yeah.
Nobody's wearing those.
Nah,
But
not the Converse ones.
I was wearing them faithfully, not to wear outside, but I was hooping in them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hooping in the Converse.
Yeah.
They
They were hot though.
they were hot. One of my favorite shoes that I wish I still had was my T Max.
Oh yeah,
The colored ones.
For sure.
They're just straight one color.
For sure.
Yeah, dude, I had a poster of that. I remember I got the poster out of the box, and it was a Tracy McGrady poster.
Yeah.
And I don't remember, dude, the back of it was like shoe sizes, and it was like all these players in their shoe sizes for some reason.
Yeah.
I don't know why it was on there. I just remember seeing like Yao Ming's and Shaq's like monstrous foot, and I was like, that's ridiculous. I got another one. Dom Kennedy.
Dom.
Dude, I fuck with Dom.
Dom Kennedy, man. He's like the man. He has like a timestamp in my life for sure.
Yeah?
Yeah, for sure. Get Home Safely is like
Great.
one of my favorite projects. After School.
Is that the Still Calling is on there?
Still Calling is on there.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Still Calling's on there. So like I love the West. I love the
West
music.
Coast beats are
So like I've been listening to
Nipsey,
Nip for
yep.
a long time, bro. T Fly.
Okay.
Listened to T Fly for a long time. Dom Kennedy. Fucking I was listening to OYG, Ty Dolla $ign, like shit like that. So Dom Kennedy, I just feel like, bro, he's like the epitome of independence. I love the way
dude, OPM is crazy.
OPM, all money in, like
Other people's money.
yeah, I'm tapped in with all that, bro. Matter of fact, funny thing with the track Wilmington
Okay.
on SoundCloud, it got a repost on SoundCloud one time from DJ VIP,
Shit.
and that's Nipsey's
Yeah.
DJ. So that was like my first little shit, like they
Someone's listening.
somebody's they watching me.
Dude, yeah.
Yeah.
Dom's always been like, I've always folk with Dom. Granted, he's gotten a lot like quieter now, I should say. I wasn't a fan of LA Part 2. LA Part 1 is fantastic.
Yeah.
I literally have a CD burned in my car.
Yeah.
Like, because I was like, that shit's fire. That Yellow album, though.
Yeah,
Dude, that
yeah.
Kendrick feature on We Ball.
Yeah.
That's
We
probably,
Ball.
dude, that's probably one of my
Yeah.
favorite Kendrick verses.
We need that on streaming services ASAP.
Dude, that shit is crazy.
We need that streaming service ASAP.
But my favorite Dom song, Designer Shit.
Okay.
And
That's fire.
Dude, I literally have I literally like dug deep on YouTube trying to find. No one has an instrumental of that.
Yeah.
Nobody. I literally had to download it onto a site that like strips the audio from
Yeah.
the beat just to get it, and it's such shit.
I think one of my favorites was it was one After School was it for me, and then
After School was
Yeah.
dude. I remember watching the video for that.
the baseball part.
Yeah.
And then he had a joint. It was called Please with him and Nipsey.
Mm-hmm.
So the bar Nipsey was saying in there, he was talking about. I don't know if he says Uncle Ronald, but that's like my uncle name, and what he was saying like Uncle Ronald spilling like I forgot the exact bar, but he was saying something about Uncle Ronald being on the couch. My Uncle Ronald be at my grandma's house
On the couch. That's
So,
crazy.
Like, it kind of just like fitted into like my life story. Like that's like how I listen to artists, especially as a younger dude coming up, like how their story related to mine, and I could hear a lot of like my shit and Dom. I could hear like how he talks about his pop with the whips and shit like that. My dad, granted, he didn't have like crazy Benzes. Now he does, because my dad he get into it now.
Hell
but
yeah.
then my dad was like he had Saabs, and I remember being a kid, like nobody else had a Saab beside my dad, and it was like cool. It was like cool. And then he had a Saab where it wasn't cool, like where we used to have to staple the roof.
Oh, the lining?
Keep the lining up. But we just talked about the other day. He had a '93 Saab, I think 83 or '93, one of them.
Damn, that's
And
crazy.
he just was saying like, "Yo, I need to get another one." Like, and
They're coming back now.
Yeah, in Delaware.
Oh, really?
Right by my grandmom's house. There's like a Saab dealership.
That's
like,
crazy. I don't think I've ever seen a Saab
The
dealership.
access is right there, but it just, do you want to go get it?
That's damn. That's crazy. Another hometown connection too with that.
Yeah, he just got the phone like earlier this week, and before the Super Bowl, I just called him yesterday. I told him I'm out of hiding, man. It was hard, man. I had to lay low for a second. They killed me when my team loses.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, it gives you something to pick on.
Bro, Hey man, why y'all do me like that, man? Like
Just
they
tell
they
Eagles
come
fan.
for me, like my friends, like
What's crazy too though is like the Eagles fans, right?
no,
Oh,
bro.
okay.
I'm saying like everybody, like I be getting like so much hate. As a Chiefs fan right now, it's like so much hate because like
Because y'all just come off that Super Bowl run.
but my thing is like, bro, we weren't winning for a long
Nah.
time.
Especially the start of the season, I was like, damn, Chiefs might not make the playoffs.
Yeah. So it's like it's crazy sometimes too, where it's like you'll root for a person or team to get to a certain point, but once they get there, man, fuck them. They always winning and shit. But this what y'all wanted from us.
Exactly.
Y'all didn't want to see the Patriots keep winning, so why can't we win now?
It's gonna be the same thing with the Lakers when they start
Yeah.
winning. When the Lakers when they get rid of some people, they gotta
Yeah,
get rid of some people. But yeah, as soon as they start winning again, you're gonna have people like, oh fuck the Lakers.
For sure.
Fuck the Lakers.
And with the Heat, before Miami got LeBron, I was there. Like my first Miami Heat game was 2007. My mom took me to the game, and the day that we went to the game, Shaquille O'Neal got traded, so I couldn't see Shaq.
Damn.
I couldn't see Shaq play. He got traded for Sean Merriman. So I've been there for those times and shit like that. One of my favorite Heat players at one point was Dion Waiters, Philly native.
Dude, Dion is
Fucking bucket.
slept on.
Fucking bucket, big
Because he got more. How many rings did he get?
He got he just got one in LA.
That's it.
Yeah, he just got the one in LA. We call it Champ Cheese, man. Champ Cheese. But yeah, I fuck with Miami, man. Heavy. I'm sports, man.
Now that's what's up.
Yeah.
Well, shit, the last thing I had, the other note I had was Wilmington, which we've already talked pretty heavy on Wilmington. This is kind of a side opinion. So I saw you use United Masters. This is more of a between us conversation.
I'm thinking about it.
You don't? Okay, so you are?
So right now I'm DistroKid.
That's what I've been using.
But I've been flirting with United Masters, like testing out their handle.
I like the way they not necessarily, this is all like distribution aside, like as long as my music gets on Spotify, that's fine. Like I'm not, or like Spotify, Apple, that's cool. Like I really don't care, but it's the extra stuff that I'm like trying to get into looking at, because a lot of that stuff, you know, like getting like video gameplay, like I'm trying to get a song on a video game for show, and you can get away with a lot more versus like, you know, trying to get a song on the radio, try to get a song, you know, like on Madden or something like that. Like there's a lot of stuff like Madden 21. I have that one, and like some of the stuff on there is crazy, and it's from people I've never heard of, but it's like they got a song on the video game.
For sure.
But yes, you've been diving into.
So I've been flirting with the option of United Masters and like what that can look like. The only thing I've seen with United Masters that might not be a good play is when it comes to collaborating. You can't if they're not using United Masters,
you can't tag them.
You can't set the distribution up.
You can't split it.
Yeah, you can't do the splits.
Really?
Unless they're United Masters. To my understanding, as of right now, I'm still looking
digging
at it.
into it. Yeah.
So that's like the only downfall.
Yeah.
But I like their setup.
Because DistroKid, you can literally, it don't matter what they're on.
So I like that they have an option of you could create a website for your artist, for yourself.
On United Masters?
Do United Masters.
See, I got mine on, I think I did Squarespace, which mine's, I put a lot of work into it, and it's laid out really well. I need to go in and update it because I haven't updated it in a few months. But damn, yeah, that's kind of nice.
I've been thinking about that as well.
Dude, websites.
You gotta, yeah.
It's like an easy, because it's an all-in-one stop. Because if someone doesn't, like, you know, Instagram, of course, is always going to be there. Linktree, all that stuff that's like helpful. But like having a website that holds, like, it's almost like a giant portfolio.
For sure.
To have like, and well, because you get into the world where you start getting up, you got to deal with like professionally.
Yeah.
You're like, hey, professionally, all right, well, I have a whole website that you can find all my stuff at.
For sure. So I've been thinking about that as well.
Have you looked at TuneCore?
TuneCore, yeah, because Russ.
Dude, same.
Yeah.
But so I looked at it, and like the only thing I don't like about theirs is you gotta pay annually on your releases. So like if you drop an album, which I think it's like $50 something or so, give or take, depending on the track count, but it's like $50, but you gotta repay that every year to keep it on. Okay. And then when you don't pay it, they take it off.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of, yeah.
And so that gets into play where it's like I'm at a point where, don't get me wrong, I'd love for my music to be able to be able to, I don't want to mean afford either, but like contribute. Like, hey, I'm putting this out. It's worth the $55 every year to hear. Versus DistroKid, as long as you got the subscription, it's staying on.
For sure.
And then you can do, I think they have that like $29 or something like that you can pay, and it's on forever. Like, no matter what, which is cool as shit. But Yeah, that's my only thing with TuneCore I didn't like. Because TuneCore does go back into that dive about the games and stuff like that. They have an external where you can literally send it off between like BMI and what is it? AC, it's like ASCPA or something like that.
ASCAP.
Yes.
Yep.
Where they do that and but it's like a joint with TuneCore. And so I was like, damn, that's super enticing.
Yeah. Nah, that'll be everything to get your song like soundtrack, and that's
without having to do it a whole, like having to go through a whole different system, and you can just do it on one. Which I need to do more information scrolling on that specifically, because I think that would be like so helpful.
Yeah, I like United Masters though. I like their template. They have a very mobile friendly app.
See, that's another game. DistroKid ain't got nothing.
Doesn't have
nothing.
But United Masters has a very, it's very app friendly.
Damn. So you can like adjust a lot of stuff strictly from your phone without having to sit down.
Yes, sir.
Damn. Okay.
But the only thing is, when it comes to the splits.
Oh yeah, the distribution.
Unless they're on United Masters.
Which I mean, there's a good amount, but still, because I mean, if you got someone that's not, now you're like,
well, how do I get you this?
How do I get you this money, or how do I get how do we split this right?
Yeah.
Damn, I didn't think about that.
That's the only drawback.
And you work with a lot of people.
No.
Oh really? Well, I meant like producer, engineer wise.
Yeah. I'm growing. Like I wasn't always so like feature heavy.
Oh,
You listen to my shit. It's not too many features there.
No.
One is because
yeah. Do you, other than that, Eva?
Yeah.
Like that's it.
I don't think nobody want me on their songs, man.
Dude, I feel the same way. I had a dude someone finally reached out to me about getting a feature, and I was like, fuck yeah, I'll get on that. I was like, send me that shit right now.
Yeah, I think too, for me, it's just like, one is like, how can I say this in a good way? It's like, I think sometimes people they hear what I can do, and they don't be want to pass me the rock, bro. Keep it a band, cause like, damn, I don't want to put this dude on the song, cause
he gonna murk me.
But that's not the goal.
Yeah,
we trying to make a good ass song.
If you want me on a song, like I'm on your song. Like, this is not my song. I'm on your song.
Yeah, and I think too, a lot of people they don't really know what to expect from me. So that's why I can't say too much, but got some features lined up.
Oh hell yeah, that's what I like to hear.
Got some good things lined up.
Well shit. All right. Well, that's honestly a good spot to wrap up on.
For sure.
But yeah, man, BROSKi, I appreciate you coming out here, man.
Man, I appreciate you having me.
Dude.
First time on the pod, man. I'm ready to see things continue to grow.
Dude, you got good. This is probably one of my favorite takes. Like genuinely, like diving deep wise. I like really sat down and did my search on this because I wanted this shit to be good. But yeah, man, I appreciate you coming out here. Appreciate everybody listening in. Yeah, it's another episode of Backstage Conversation, your ABCs. We'll see y'all next time.
Later.
What's going on, y'all? Appreciate y'all tuning in for this week, or this 2 weeks episode of a Backstage Conversation, bi-monthly ABCs with my boy BROSKi SNDERS. Like I said in the intro, man, it was great to sit down with this man. Y'all go ahead and give this man a follow on all platforms, social media, all that. It's BROSKi, BROSKI, and then Sanders, SNDERS. No A in the Sanders. But yeah, man, I'm looking forward to see what this man's got coming 2022. But yeah, man, hope y'all enjoyed the podcast.